Well, hi, folks. Good to see ya. Oh boy, oh boy. It's Saturday night. The I'm doing a little bit of backstage management here. Then I'm gonna take a look at who all's here. Um, just a second. Yeah, I was stumbling to get the stream started. It's great seeing you folks here. I will be undistracted very quick. Um, just got a couple of quick little posts here, and I'm up and running on my own. Yeah, looking good. It's looking good. Okay. So let's see who all we got in the house tonight. We'll take a look at who we got in the participant list. We've got aristocratic Order of Prussian Hunters, Blake Hurst, Crazy Ann, Faith in the Fallen, hunting and stuff with J and J. Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Kimberly Ferris, McCoy's Oak Hill Farm. Awesome. Nicholas Green, great to see you here, Nick. And Travis Mackey, great to see you, folks. Great to see you. Yeah, we got 14 folks in the house, and we're just getting started. We're just getting started. The Everybody's saying hello to each other. That's great. On with the winter show by friends Tim's. Yes, we have shared. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, folks, if come on, you got to have some friends out there that love the outdoors. Um, Make sure to share it out. We'll get that banner flowing. Try to remind everybody to share or get it out there. And um, there's oh yeah, I was just looking. I get messages in the background, and um, they tend to distract me at times. We won't let them distract later. Pilo, good to see you, girl. Good to see you. Awesome. Blake saying, "Hey Nicholas, I need you to make me a gold necklace, bud." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nicholas had a great video he just posted. He's had a couple of these gold panning kits. He wants to eventually get out and travel and do some gold panning, and I think that's absolutely awesome that he wants to do that. So what he's doing is he gets these gold panning kits, and it's basically a bag of dirt with little gold nuggets in it, and you can practice panning with them. And he does that, and he's having fun. He's having fun, and it's great. It's great to see him doing that. Hey, Suzette, awesome, good to see you. Ariel, hello. This wheel life. Hey, awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, all you folks filing in. That's awesome. Um, I've got some lighting issues tonight. I got relocated my studio lamps, and I don't like it. I'm going to have to fix that. I don't care for it. Um, their new position, even with sunglasses, it's too bright. Hang with me, folks. This will take about 10 seconds. Oh, there, I can live with that a lot better. Yeah, I got them back in their original positions pretty much. Yeah, I can see better. Um, Taking a quick peek. Anything going on over in the chat? Everybody saying hello. 2Q, 2Q. Good to see you back. I saw you came in earlier. Yeah. The yeah. So anyway, tonight is, as you can tell by my background, tonight's winter. We're going to talk about winter, outdoors, and the winter. Yes, sir. Um, I'm going to invite somebody up here, and hopefully he's available. We'll get this sent to him. I think he knows who I'm talking about. Um, oh my gosh, I don't even have the one link I'm looking for. Gosh. And you wouldn't happen to, well, let me see if he wants to in the first place. Um, John, with hunting and stuff, would you like to come join us up on the panel tonight? That'd be cool. That'd be nice. I can tell that I really do. My green screen needs some adjustment. Um, yeah, tonight I don't know why I was just stumbling all around. I had some issues that we'll see if that's just a little better. But I had some issues that haunted me yesterday, kept me so doggone busy. I wasn't able to be on YouTube. I and today finally um, got everything straightened out. So I'm feeling really good right now. Um, hey, Crazy Ann, can you reach hunting and stuff with JJ to give him the invite? That'd be awesome, sweetie. Um, because I couldn't find I he's not on my most recent messengers, um so if you could, it would be awesome. Um, I invited Nicholas Green. Take a look at your messenger. Hi, Bradley Whitworth. Great to see ya. My company just lifted my brother and my two sisters. Oh, oh, the he had company and they just left. Hey, now you got more company hanging out here. The But yeah, tonight's topic is winter, getting outdoors in the winter. That's usually an issue. That's usually an issue. And I tell you what, I'm changing this. I do not like this um, green screen I'm using. I'm going to put us outdoors in a different scene. I like that. I like that scene better. Um, but winter, everybody except a select few seem to hole up for the winter. And we all wait for spring. We can't wait for spring. We can't wait to get back outdoors in the spring and summer. And but then there's that few that winter, actually, their outdoor activities increase. They go up. And I would, hi, Native Grammy. I would venture to say that there's some folks that their heaviest amount of winter activities far exceeds their spring, summer, and fall activities. There's folks that just get so much more out of being. I'm having a heck of a time with that green screen tonight. The there's so much more that people will do in the winter just to feed that hunger for the outdoors. There's snowshoeing, there's skiing, there's winter camping, snowmobiling, ATVing, sledding, hiking, all kinds of things that you can do in the outdoors in the winter. One of my favorite outdoor activities in the winter in the past, when I lived off grid, I'd actually take a lawn chair out and I'd stick it right in the snow. Knock down the snow in front of it, and I'd sit in a dang lawn chair and just kick back with a hot cup of coffee and just watch the critters and things that are active during the winter. It's really okay. I want to see what Alexander said here. I love my winter when there is actual winter. Pennsylvania has all of the seasons at one time. That's the thing too, is winter is regional. Sometimes you have severe winters, sometimes you have mild winters. If you live in the north, you're used to pretty harsh winters. If you live down south, pretty mild winters. And there's so much difference between different regions that you can, oh, well, look at here. I've got somebody in the basement. I'm going to have her join us. Hi, Anne.
Hello.
Good to see you, girly. Oh, look at that neat picture. I love it. See, that's what I was just saying. I would sit there you go. I would stick a lawn chair out in the snow and I'd sit, I'm all dressed up with heavy long johns and heavy pants and big coat and a nice warm cup of coffee, and I'd just sit out there, and that's what you would see. Wildlife. You'd see the deer walking through, you'd see the wild turkeys, and I know a lot of people, they say, well, that's really not the outdoors. You're only 20 feet from your back door. You can go back in that nice warm shack and get another cup of coffee. Yeah, but all that fresh air, that crisp fresh air I'm getting out there, and the enjoyment and the relaxation of just watching the outdoors. That's getting into the outdoors. Lizzie Ann, good to see you. John's Life, awesome. Ontario, Hashish, good to see you. The landscape looks entirely different. The lakes you canoe are different. When frozen and under a blanket of snow, love it. Yes, it's like a whole new world. Hi, Bounty. It's like a whole new world. And a lot of people, WH Outdoors, awesome. Great to see you. It's amazing how much our world changes seasonally. Mr. Shannonite, I think I'm related to Bambi. Everywhere I go, people say, "Oh dear." Ontario is saying the deer here yard up. It's like they all disappear unless you are near the yards. That's it up here too. The deer will move in certain weather patterns. Otherwise, they find the cedar groves and they yard up under the cedars. And if you know where those cedar groves are and you snowshoe or cross country ski into them, you could set up a little blind and get in that blind, and you could watch dozens and dozens and dozens of deer wandering around under the cedars. I would have actually loved to have done that this year. If I hadn't busted my ankle up, I would have been out there snowshoeing. And I know a beautiful area of a huge cedar grove that the deer really yard up in. And I wanted to set up the there you go, Ontario saying you're exactly right. The cedar swamps. There you go. And I wanted to set up because there's two prominent wolf packs in that area, and they love to work those yarding areas where the deer are yarding up, and they'll try to break a deer out of that cover, and they get them out in the deep snow, and they can take one down. I was thinking, yeah, if a person spent a lot of time watching those deer herds, you could possibly film a wolf kill, which would have been very interesting. Raphael, yeah, I love to sneak around in the woods at wintertime. Much easier to orientate myself as it is at summertime with leaves and all that stuff. Yeah. There we go. Hi, John.
How you doing, Sty?
Awesome. It's nice to have you up. Nice to have you up.
How you doing?
Thanks for having me up.
I love the big buck whitetail.
Oh yeah.
Throw you got hanging on the wall, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never seem to stand that way for me though.
They never. I'd be happy just to see one standing anyway.
Yeah. Even if it was his white flag and you could see the rack up front heading away from you. Yeah. I had one hunting season. And that was it. There you go. That's basically winter. Our hunting season's basically the last 9 days. Well, it starts 9 days before the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And that year we had a ton of snow, and I had a beautiful 10-pointer come walking out, and that bugger was standing. There was 2 popple trees, and each shoulder is being hid by those popple trees because he's looking straight at me. I mean, he's directly at me, and all I could see is his horn sticking out around those popples, and his face and his neck, and barely see his chest. And I got brave. And I squeezed the shot off. He was out there quite a ways. Squeezed the shot, aimed at his nose, squeezed the trigger, and sure enough, I got him right in the neck. And it dropped him right there. And that was, I would say, was my happiest hunt. Because you just don't, usually, if they got any horn on them, they're running.
Oh, yeah.
By the time you see them. Bow hunting was a bummer. They'd come in to chase the does. They weren't interested in bait. And they come in and they're moving constantly moving. And it's just, you wanted to see one like on the back of John's wall. Hey, good to see you, Will.
We don't get them that big here in New York. That's more like I see a lot of those out in Ohio.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You start getting into the farm country, and you get these big corn-fed buggers that I don't know what it is, but you take Ohio, Illinois, Southern Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all farm country. They just get big and fat. They get big and fat, and will grow a lot of horn on them. The 2Q says my front yard about 33 acres.
Oh. That's what I need. I need to be able to go out my back door and go hunting.
Yeah, I miss that so much.
And don't hit the turkey. Yeah. Hey, Jan.
Hey, Ann.
Yeah, Ontario. That's it. That's like I used to hunt northern Minnesota, Canadian border region, and there's no farmland up there at all. It's just timber. And boy, if you got into deer, they're big. You had big deer. A lot of big horn up there. I took the bait and I put down until there's like a foot of snow. Yeah. Oh boy, here we've got huge apple orchards, and I'd feed the deer all winter, and I had bushels and bushels of apples at my Sty Shack just for feeding the deer through the winter, and they go nuts over them. But then I found something that was easier than apples. My last 2 years out there, pumpkins. I put a couple of pumpkins out on a bait pile, and they ate everything around the pumpkins. They ate the apples, they ate the corn, they didn't touch the pumpkin. Well, then I went out there. I was mad, so I figured I'd just bust those pumpkins up and let them rot, right? So I busted those 2 pumpkins up, and it came out 2 days later. There was no sign that there was ever pumpkins there. They ate them all. They found out what's inside of that orange thing. They did, because our deer weren't around anywhere where they grew pumpkins, so they didn't know what the hell a pumpkin was.
Wow.
And once I busted them pumpkin, I could put a fresh big pumpkin out there, and them deer would stomp the hell out of it to break it up to eat that pumpkin up. And I found they loved them. They love pumpkins once they learn that what's inside of them. Yeah. So, John, what are your interests as far as winter outdoor activities?
Trying to stay warm. No,
Trying to stay warm.
Our hunting season here, it's a short one. As far as gun, rifle season, it only goes from the end of November to the 9th. No, the 18th of December. So after that, after hunting, if I go out in the woods, I'll just, try to see what's out there for next season or whatever, see what's going around. But I don't camp, that's for sure. I tried camping once and I just can't do
it. The winter camping is tough on a person.
Yeah. I mean, I have everything I need, but I just don't do it,
Yeah. Well, and I tell everybody too is, get into the outdoors, get out there. If you have your kid fetching the mail every day, tell the kids, skip it. I'll get the mail. So I get outdoors for a little bit. Take your sweet time going to the mailbox and back, but get outdoors a little bit. But I've seen people that force themselves to winter camp, and they hate they hate it. They don't have a good camp story because they hate winter camping, but they're forcing themselves because their buddies do it. Then I've got friends that snowshoe and they hate it, but they're doing it with their buddies, so they feel obligated and they hate it. And I keep telling those guys, no. Find something you like to do out there and you're comfortable doing, because the last thing you want to do is start disliking the outdoors. And there's a lot of people that do that to themselves. They'll learn to dislike certain things about the outdoors, and then they start avoiding it. I've had people where I've asked them, "Hey, you want to go out to winter camp?" "Oh, I ain't doing that. It's too damn cold. No, it hurts too much. I don't." And I'd never push them. I never say, "Oh, come on, we'll do extra to make you come." I'd never push them. I say, "No, if you ever do, the opportunity's there, but don't force yourself if you're not going to be comfortable."
Hey, Sty, Rottwoolen Bushcraft, that must be a new one. I haven't seen him before, but
Um,
Maybe
who?
say hello. Rotwoon Bushcraft.
Oh, Woven Bushcraft.
Yeah.
Hey, good to meet you. I got to put you up in my tabs um, because that's a channel I don't believe I have.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's why. Yeah, I haven't
oh,
seen him.
whoa, wait a minute. No, I did. I now once his banner showed up. Yes, I am subscribed to him. He's got 1.3 thousand subs. Um, 3 days of well, you're right. I can't even talk. Minimalism in the Alps is the first video that you see when you go to his page. Oh wow, carving a kuksa. I got to get over there. I feel bad. I feel bad, Wrathwolven, that I have not been over there. Um, yeah, he's got a lot of interesting things on his channel. So, yep. I thank you for showing up, and I shall get over and get caught up on your channel. Um, yeah, Raphael, you're after my pumpkin. Don't shoot me. Yeah.
Kind of funny you
Okay.
said when you don't want to push somebody into the outdoors, and most of the time that's the case. I say if my friend didn't push me into wanting to hunt, I probably would never have done it because I'm originally a city boy,
Uh-huh.
and we moved up here to the country, and he kept pushing me for a few years. Come on, get your son, let's go hunting. I do a whole thing for the youth hunting, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not into that. I don't think so. And then I finally did it. I'm sorry I didn't do it years and years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
But
great to be in the outdoors, though.
see, I was fortunate, from birth on, I was introduced to the outdoors. My mother used to tell me the first time that I went fishing, and I told her, I said, God, what was I? Maybe 5, 6 years old. She goes, No, no. She said you were about 5 months old. She says we had you wrapped up in a blanket and up in the bow of the boat,
Wow.
and they were up in the Boundary Waters canoe area in northern Minnesota. And she said we spent a week up there, and she says every day we were out fishing the whole day, and she says your little butt was propped up there in the bow while we fished all day. She said that's where your outdoor experiences started. And I said, holy God, okay, maybe that's why I have this inkling to go fishing all the time. But
That'll do
but
it.
but even though my family was very outdoorsy, there were times in the outdoors, different experiences that if it wasn't for my dad, my grandfather pushing me to do certain things, I think there's a lot of things I would have missed out on. Um, and that's it. Is I never push anybody to an extreme experience, but I'll push them to an experience that I feel they'll walk away from feeling like they got something out of it. And that was the camp that we ran. That that camp, I had so many clients that were city folks had never experienced the outdoors at all. I, I had I had a few clients that had never ever sat around a campfire.
Wow.
They didn't have a clue what it was to be around. In fact, the one said, "Oh, I've been to big fires," and I said, "Oh, cool, bonfires," and they said, "No, building fires." Well, they were from Chicago,
Yeah.
and they lived inner city Chicago, and to them, a big fire was a building burning. Yeah, you go stand down the block and watch it burn. Never been in contact with real fire. Well, when they left, they could start a fire with 3, 4 different methods, and In fact, they had written to me and said they got in trouble in Chicago because they lit a fire in the backyard of the apartment building they lived in. They have a little common backyard, and they started a campfire and ended up with a fine for having an open fire in the city, city limits. And he said, I gotta keep practicing my outdoor skills. And he says, but I'm stuck in town. He says, I can't go to the city parks because he said they don't let you do nothing there except look. And I said, yeah, I understand. But Bradley's saying I like to hunt and fish and camp, but my wife, she refused to go. But one time she likes staying in the house watching the fireplace. Yeah. That's my ex-wife was that way. To her, the outdoors was to go to the beach, have a picnic and barbecue at the local park, but to actually get into the outdoors and do anything outdoorsy, that was totally unfamiliar to her. And we weren't married a year, and I had just bought a new canoe and took her out canoeing the first time. And I found out the hard way, you don't take someone that's never canoed out in a canoe on the 1st of May. It's cold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you get wet in the canoe. People say, well, if you do it right, you won't get wet. Nah. You're going to get wet in the canoe. You might not get soaked, but you will get wet. And she did not like getting cold and wet. But she loved the experience other than the cold. So the rest of that summer when it started warming up, it was let's go canoeing. And I'm going, oh God, all of a sudden she likes the outdoors, and slowly worked her into everything outdoors, and she became an outdoor lover. And we moved to northwestern Montana and spent 4 years up in the upper Rockies, and she was shocked when I said we're going to spend a year off grid in the Cabinet Wilderness area. We're going to go the wilderness family route. And I was shocked when she said, yeah, I'm good with it. Let's do it. Let's give it a shot. And yeah, and we lived quite a bit off the land. We ate a lot of venison, that's for sure. And I could shoot a deer. I had things to do to keep us alive on that mountain. So I'd shoot a deer and I'd get it into the cabin we had. We had an old turn of the century, 1901, or I believe it was either 1901 or 1906 they built that cabin. And no, it'd be 1906. Right after they had a huge fire out there in 01, everything burned, and then they built that cabin in 06. But I'd drag a deer to that cabin and I'd just open the door and say, "Hun, there's a deer out here. I'll be back in a few hours." I get back home after a few hours and that deer's all processed and wrapped, and the jerky rack would be all set up so that we can start curing. And but she was the last person in the world I thought would ever get into the outdoors, but she had to be pushed into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, our hunting season's 9 days long for rifle here in Wisconsin. We've got a month-long bow season, just bow, but that bow season, you add on the 9 days of gun because you're allowed to bow hunt even during gun. And then usually we have a December doe hunt, and then, which is rifle, but it's only 3 days. And then in the spring, towards spring, you have another bow season.
Wow.
And one thing Wisconsin did that I love, and I'm going to purchase one this summer, they opened it up to crossbow for both seasons. So you can get your tags for bow season and rifle, and you can hunt that whole season, as long as it's a crossbow. So The
I
rifle.
I have a crossbow. Yeah, I that they only allow that here last 2 weeks of bow season.
The last two.
Yeah. I'm talking to a bunch of DEC officers out here to see what we can do to change this. I would like to see them flip flop it once in a while, because bow season, and I can't bow because I have a bad back and I can't draw a bow back.
Right. I
But
can't either.
I would like to see if they would switch it up, every year or so. Make gun season the beginning of the hunting season and put bow later on. I don't know if they want to do anything like that, but
Yeah.
I think switching it up, because by the time gun season comes around, these deer are so alert on what's going on. It's really difficult.
That's it. That's it. It's hard to get them in. It's hard to get them in close during gun season when they've been having arrows thrown at them all for weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
They're so flighty. It's like their senses are heightened. They're thinking that there's going to be an arrow flying at them any minute. So it's hard to get them in close because the slightest little thing sends them running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. The and that's now I used to always stand hunt. I've always had climbers. I use climbers. A couple permanent stands I put out, strap-ons. But I switched over to climbers because they were just easier. I could pack them to wherever I'm hunting for the day. And I bow hunted, and I had a Matthews. I don't remember which model it was. Really nice Matthews. And I wanted to go out west. I wanted to go out west elk hunting, and that had an 80-pound draw on it, and I made a fatal error while drawing just before I got to rollover, where once you get past rollover, it's easy, I was just getting to rollover, and I heard a snap, and I turned and looked to my left, and here's a bigger buck than the one I'm going to take a bead on. So, like a dummy, right at the top of rollover, I turned to the left, cranked around, and all the muscles on the left side of my back over your shoulder blade, those big flat muscles, they all shifted. They just it tore the ligaments out, damaged the muscle. Yeah, that arrow went flying off, probably landed a half mile away. And I dropped the bow. It's hanging from my stand, and my whole right arm was limp. I couldn't use it. And it took me 18 months for the mobility and the lack of pain to be there, but none of that strength is coming back. I had bands strapped to the wall in my garage. I go out and I pull on those bands, and I can draw about 40 pounds, and that's anything over 40 pounds, and I can feel those muscles starting to slip again.
Yeah.
They said I've permanently damaged it. Hi, Vicky. Ada Near. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. See, I get these new folks pop in, and and it's amazing, folks. Make sure to be checking each other out over there in the chat for any new channels popping in, because you find these folks and they got awesome channels, and like with Wrathwolven, I'm sub to him, and the minute his channel popped up, I thought, is he new? And so when I popped it up to look at later, I'm going, oh God, I'm sub to, and then when I saw his banner, I'm going, a duh, yeah, I've been. And so now I feel bad. I haven't been visiting his channel because he's got great content. Yeah, 2Q can draw 80. Yeah, and shoot 20, 40, and 60 yards. See, I didn't want to go after elk with anything less than 70, so I had my Matthews was cranked at 80, and you're shooting heavy shafts. Bow hunting elk is a whole weird. That's a weird game because I've shot whitetail that are within 8 yards of me, but you get an elk 8 yards from you, and you're going, the bow ain't big enough. I tell you, you get a 5x6 or 6x6 bull elk standing there, and you're 30 feet or less away from them, and you're going to sink an arrow into them. You just feel like that wild horse is going to stomp me to death. Yeah, but the yeah, we were over at Dennis's at Canoe Hounds. Yeah, I'm hoping Dennis will come in tonight. Hi, Paul. Yeah, see, I'm one where over the years I practice all kinds of winter outdoor activities. I was into snowmobiling. I actually raced sleds for 2 years.
Oh wow!
And oval track race, and it was just too expensive of a hobby for me, so I got away from it. But I trail rode. I had snowmobiles for years and years. Ontario's asking what kind of sled. Well, I ran a 634 Rupp. It was a modified sled. It was a Rupp. It was 634 Rupp. 19. What was that? It was a 73 Rupp that we modified. Put that 634 3-cylinder in it, and it had a flexible, what we call flexible steel track in it. It's just two bands of rubber that went through the drive of the sled. Otherwise, the rest of the track is nothing but steel rails with 3-inch carbide cat paws on the rails. And that's what the track was. You couldn't go through powdered snow with the thing because it would want to bury itself till it hit something solid. But for sled racing, that's just packed snow on ice. And I could sit there and lay out over the hood and crank her up, and I could bore right down till there's water flying out of the hole. It would bore a hole right through the ice. Skidoo. Yeah. I had a couple of TNTs. I had an Elan just for tooling around. I had about every sled they ever built out there. Not every model, but every big name sled. I even had a 440 Evinrude for trap line. One of them big old beasts that even had reverse in it, which was a joke. All it did was add weight to that monster. But hi, Keely. Missed you when you came in. The Raphael's taken off. Okay, Raphael. Thanks for being here, buddy. Yeah, the old 440s, fan cooled. Yep. Yeah, sweet sled. The yeah. Hey, WH Outdoors. But yeah, I was into snowmobile, and I was into cross country skiing. I tried downhill skiing, and people got tired of getting run over. I can't downhill ski worth a shit. It's as soon as I turn the skis downhill, I start yelling, "Get the hell out of the way!" the the cross country skiing. What the heck have I got going on here? The yeah, I got somebody trying to call me. They should know. They know that I'm in a stream. The callers. The and then snowshoeing. I snowshoed a lot. Really snowshoed a lot. And then I got away from it for the last 20 years, and I was so thrilled last year. I bought myself a very, very nice pair of Alps snowshoes that, oh, they're going to perform nice. Bought them brand new last winter, and then it didn't snow after I got them. So they're still brand new this year. Well, I busted my ankle this summer, and there's no way I can snowshoe yet. That ankle's not even close to done healing. So I got this brand spanking pair of new snowshoes that's 2 years old. So maybe get snowshoeing next winter. Get out there and snowshoe some more. A lot of winter camping. Hunting season, of course, always rolls into winter. Used to ice fish a lot. I haven't ice fished now for probably 10 years. I wish I could. I loved ice fishing. Hey, Michael Moran.
I've never tried ice fishing yet.
No. Yeah, you get into the right spots. It's a blast. Out here on Lake Superior, there's certain areas that fish for different species. There's spots that are great for walleye, spots that are great for the trout. You get close into shore, there's a lot of beds, nice weed beds. You get the perch and northerns. And I had an excellent ice shack and little propane heater. Ice shack was built for 2 guys, and it was just me all the time, so it was nice and roomy. I take the radio out there and listen to a ball game or a good channel and fish all day, jig all day, and come home with a bunch of fish for dinner. Loved it. Knowledge of it. Here in Florida, we barely get a winter. Yeah. See, and that's what we were talking about earlier is different regions. Some of you folks that live down south, I mean, your winters are totally different. Totally different. Oh, McCoy's saying I need Sty's snowshoes. You can't have them. I had a beautiful pair. I can't remember the brand of them. Out at, well, I should say it. The last time I used snowshoes was 5 years ago because I did use them out at camp each winter. I totally forgot about that. But that pair of snowshoes inadvertently got left behind when we shut the business down and I moved away from the camp. And so that's why I bought that new pair last year. Oh, you lived in Idaho for 9 years? Yeah. Yeah, I was just 20 minutes away from the Idaho border where I lived. Hey, me Dibble, good to see you. Yeah, hike with Mike. He's Floridan too.
I lived in Florida for about 3 months and couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand the heat.
See, that's me is Florida in the winter, Texas in the winter, New Mexico in the winter. Early summer starts coming, I'm heading north. I mean, and I I really am planning hard for in 2021 of actually moving out on the road. I'll take my adventure trailer and truck and move out on the road, and I'm going to follow the weather and visit a bunch of YouTubers around the country. I'll have mobile studio in the trailer, and
Uh-huh.
channel won't change at all, except I'll be on the road. You'll never know where I'm broadcasting from.
Yeah.
But I want to. I've been through all of the lower 48, every single state in my life. I've been through it in every state. Um, but I'd like to go through them all again. I'd like to go through them all again. And going to follow the weather around, but I will be in northern Wisconsin in for a month every winter. I'll come up here in November, pre-hunting season, and then I'll stay till Christmas, and then I'll head south again. I can just stay with my boys. They got a big house, park my trailer in their yard, and spend a month up here every winter. Otherwise, follow the weather, follow the weather. Yeah, if all goes well, I'm going to be making a Maine trip this coming summer. If all goes well, I'll be getting a hold of you, John. If that all works out, I want to meet you.
Yeah,
The-
definitely.
Yeah, I got to go up to upstate Maine, so I'll be in New York, and there's a couple of folks in New York and a bunch of folks over in Canada that'll cross over to meet up with me in New York. So I'm trying to avoid going into Canada. In the U.S., you can travel through every state with firearms. Now, there's cities you can't go into with them,
Right.
but there's every state you can travel through them. But there's issues, about how they're cased, locked up, blah 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 blah. So I got that all sorted out now, so that I can go at least get through each state with my firearms. Getting into Canada is a whole different animal. That's
Yeah.
so my Canadian friends, they got to come over to see me, or else I got to leave my trailer on the U.S. side and have my firearms locked up with somebody on the U.S. side, and then travel over just with the truck. But Blake's going to do a 100-mile kayak trip. Oh, I'm jealous.
Wow.
March, though, yeah, you're in the right country for it, though. Up here, you ain't doing it in March. We probably won't even have ice out. Ice out's usually the first part of April, middle of April. Yeah. Yeah, banning all the guns. Yeah. This wheel life. I've been in Maine several times hauling freight, but I was hauling freight. I didn't get to stay around, hang out. And upstate Maine is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, actually, upstate New York is beautiful. If you stick close to the Great Lakes, almost all the states, it's beautiful country. Upstate New York, I used to deliver windows for Weather Shield windows. And there's quite a few estates in upstate New York that were retrofitting, putting all new windows in. So we were hauling windows into upstate New York. And I just couldn't put New York to that beautiful countryside. I was just like,
Well, yeah.
it don't sound right calling it New York.
Yeah. As soon as you hear New York, you think the city right away, Manhattan.
Yeah. And I've been in the city too many times too. I used to haul horse feed into Yonkers Raceway, to the horse track in Yonkers.
Okay.
And hated it. It was good money. That's the only reason I did it. Yeah. The yeah, Ontario. Yeah, we're probably about the same latitude. Yeah, I would think so, Ontario. Um, yeah, the let's see, part of Operation Outdoor Freedom and take veterans on trips of a lifetime. That's yeah, Blake. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, when I had my camp, vets got to come to camp 50% off. 50% off. And if we had a 15% discount that for that month particular month, they got the 15% off, then they got 50% off of that. I wanted to make sure the vets could always afford to come to camp. And I had a couple of them. They had a hard time even swinging half price. And I told them, no, show up. Don't worry about it. We'll work out the costs later. And they'd have $1,000 camp and I'd charge them $150, and that just covered the materials and supplies because we provided all the food and we provided them with a pack with all the survival gear, everything. So basically they just paid for the gear and the food. And anything you can do for the vets, go out there and do it.
Absolutely.
And it was funny because I'd have people say, well, that's not fair. Why did he get to come so cheap? I said, no, he already earned his visit here. You haven't done anything to earn it yet. So yeah. The down in the Smoky Mountains. Yeah. Hey, Buddy Weiser. Loved that. Yeah, North Carolina. I love that region. Love the Smokies. Another, and that's it. Is all you folks out there. I don't care where you live, even if you live in a city, somewhere not far outside of that city, you're going to find some beautiful outdoors. Like I said, I've been in every state of this union, and Alaska was a fly in, fly out deal to Juneau. You can't get out of Juneau. There are no roads that take you into Alaska from Juneau. There's state capital, and you can't drive to it if you live in Anchorage. I mean, what the hell? They got that all ass backwards up there. But so Alaska, I can't say much about because I never got to travel around Alaska. But every other state, I've been moseyed around every state of the union, this lower 48, and I found beautiful country in every state. I mean, except for the District of Columbia, by the way. The prettiest thing about the District of Columbia is flying out of it. I mean, I don't know why, but the District of Columbia is just I don't know. It's infested with politicians. It's got that odd disease, Idaho is on your bucket list. Rathhofen, yeah. Infrastructure there in general. Say I get a visa for a U.S. at a point. How to best get around. Best way to get around is rent a vehicle. Yep. The McCoy's saying I was looking at the mice and rabbits tracks around my yard. They have been busy for some reason. That to me, that was always an indicator. If they're busy away from the house and they're busy, that usually triggered good weather. You and them stinking dogs. You got them sausages. Oh,
cold one.
I've got two about that size in my fridge. I was going to make some mac and cheese later tonight with those sausages in it. And and covered in hot salsa and a dab of sour cream. Hey, plain old Chuck.
Hey, George. Hey, welcome. Sorry, I was a little busy.
Yeah, Leanne, what I was going to say is that
Not busy with eating, but busy.
when I'd see mouse and rabbit tracks all over the place out there, not near the house, but out and about, usually good weather came in behind that. If I've seen it close to the house, then usually there was bad weather coming in behind it. The mice are looking for cover, and the rabbits are looking for cover, so they're looking for a junk pile or something close to your house to get under because there's bad weather coming in. That's just my observation. Nick says, "Hey, Sty." Yeah.
Nick?
If you're talking about Nicholas Green, yeah, that little character, I sent him a link.
Is Nicholas in here now?
He was in earlier.
Oh. Sorry, I missed
Buddy
it.
Weiser is saying, "Give me that sausage, girl."
No, it's all mine. It's all mine. You have your own.
Nice and crisp out. Alexander saying, what's the weather like where you're at there, John?
It is very cold. This morning I woke up and it was real field temperature was -2.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's warm there. And blowing like hell.
We had the other evening, it hit -20 real feel because of the wind chill. I haven't even looked at today's, but I know it's warmer today.
It shot up to about 30 mid afternoon, but the overnights are really cold. Yeah, Vicky, nothing you're used to, right?
Yeah, yeah, 28 here with a real feel of 19. But it's supposed to get down to 18 tonight, and then the high tomorrow is 18. So tonight's low is tomorrow's high. So and it's the doggone weather's up and down all this coming week. So it's one of those where you don't know if it's going to be a cold day or a warm day.
Uh-huh.
It's that time of year where the weather's going to be just goofy. It's a nice day there where Vicky's at. Just got home from a father-daughter dance with my 3 granddaughters. Oh boy, 3 at a time. There you go. They say for the boreal forest, we need that cold every year for the health of the forest. Oh yeah. Yep. Heck, dried cowhides. To check my dried cowhides, they might have mice in that, not holes in them. Yeah.
Hey, creative redundancy. Some of this name will throw me all off. Yeah.
Creative redundancy. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
What he said.
Something like that. I'm sure of it. Yeah, it's great to see you.
Christian, I'm drinking that.
Computer
like
chick. Hey. Yeah.
I got the closet in my mouth. Yeah.
We have the occasional dirty mind wander through the place every night. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
Another thing about winter outdoor. Hey, Rig Outdoors, great to see you. Another winter outdoor activity that some people are into is the behave yourself, Ann. Is into is into building igloos. Everybody talks about igloos, and they talk about winter survival snow shelters and um, quincies, which is nothing but a pile of snow, a snow bank that you shovel out a shelter inside of. Um, and I tell people those are things that you can do right in your own backyard. You don't need to go out in the woods and do that. You can do that right in your own backyard. And I had this one guy, he says, I want to make a quincy, but he says, I don't want to use these plowed up snow piles because he says they're hard as rock. And I said, yeah, and they're not very safe. They're not stable. I said, when you take the snow off your driveway, where does it go? Do you shovel it or snow blow it? He says, oh. He says, I snow blow it. He started snow blowing his driveway and kept turning the chute on the snowblower so it's all blowing into the same spot in his yard next to his driveway. He ended up with this big, huge dome of snow sitting in his front yard. And sure enough, he hollowed that bugger out and made a heck of a quincy out of it. And he said, I spent the night in the darn thing. He says it was a blast. He says at 6 o'clock in the morning, I went running to the house, froze half to death, and he says, fixed myself a really nice hot pot of coffee and a breakfast. I said, well, at least you got out there. At least you did it, The creative redundancy says, my quincy looks like a white croissant with no filling. There you go. There you go. I never encourage people to dig into snowplow piles and try to make quincies out of them. I lost a childhood friend in one. It collapsed on him. He's suffocated to death. And I have people say, oh, well, that's such a rare event. I said, well, it's rare unless it happens to you.
Yeah.
And it happened when I was growing up. And we thought that quincy is never going to cave in. There's no way it's going to cave in. It can't. It's so solid. We'd have 5, 6 kids standing on top of it and it wouldn't cave in. And he was in there alone, and the temperatures had changed, and that quincy had big, heavy blocks of snow in it from plowing. You got the whole season of plow snow on top of it, and those bigger pieces shifted and broke, and it just broke the thing apart, and it fell in on them. Yeah. The worst part, it was right in our front yard. Have the neighbor kid lost in your own front yard makes you feel a little, responsible. That's it. There you go, Ontario. We got to get back to just having fun outdoors, not to be so serious. Exactly.
Serious, it was boring. At 2Q. I'm not racist. I have black friends. Well, that's good. That's good. Makes life much easier for a person to be colorblind. I have multicultural grandchildren. It's like I tell everybody, if I have them all here for Christmas, I got to fly all the flags of the United Nations out here for crying out loud. And yeah, I never judge anybody by their race or color. It's just, it's a person's actions. Who are they? Not what do they look like? It's who are they? And I had clients of every culture you could imagine, and they always walked away from my camps saying, I never felt so welcome. Well, yeah, because I don't care what you look like. You're here to learn some outdoor skills. That's all we're here for. Yeah. And don't judge either. See, and that's it. What's Sty's number one rule in all of his streams, even this one? It's respect. That's all. Doggone it. true respect. That's what keeps us from killing each other. Um, and that's my only rule around here is, yeah, just show respect to everybody. Oh yeah, yeah. I love our country too. Yeah, don't try to take it from us. It ain't gonna go well. The yeah, like old biker principles. Yeah, you give nothing, you get nothing. That's it. That's life in general. The you know it's cold when the snow sounds like glass and your eyelashes freeze together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The I was in negative 45-degree wind chill, and just from my breath, my beard froze,
Mhm.
and I made a foolish mistake, and I just kind of squeezed it, and I come away, and my hand was full of beard hairs. They broke. It was that cold that the beard hairs got moist enough that they froze solid, and I broke them off by squeezing my beard. Holy God! Got my beard under my jacket, and I'm just breathing heavy to thaw my damn beard off. I thought I was going to break my whole beard off, you know. But look, yeah, look at that, folks. Look at that. That's okay. Now that that is when you have been frosted up.
Yeah.
You notice the mustache survives. That's because you're breathing so close to the mustache all the time that maybe the corners will get froze, but the rest of the beard is far enough away from your face that it just freezes up. That's an awesome picture, man. I love it. I love it.
I
I
maybe lose my power here, just so you know.
lose your power. Why?
It's like windy like hell there now. Yeah.
Is that wind coming across that lake? They're
It's
coming.
coming everywhere, I think. And now it sounds like it comes from here, so it's not from north, but
Uh-huh.
south. I think. Like yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking if it's coming across that lake, it's going to get bitter cold too. It's going to get bitter cold and heavy winds and
It's
icy.
7 plus now. It's 7 plus, so yeah, it's warm and it's raining. I'm blowing. Just so you know,
Oh,
if I drop
boy.
down, my power is out.
Oh, yeah, Vicky, can't do below 10. That's shattering this. Yeah, creative. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the coldest temp that I've been in actually, because there's times where I felt that it was colder than the 45 below that I've experienced a couple of times over the years. Um, but I was in a situation where there was no way to know what the temp was. Hey, Deidre, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in. The Ruben Dietz, good to see you. Tents are no fun for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing is like Ontario saying, that type of cold can be dangerous. Got stuck in a slush field with my sled in minus 30, and as soon as I hopped off, it all froze to the machine. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You know, people don't really get it. All of that cold weather is dangerous. It could be 30 degrees outside and it's dangerous. People don't treat it as dangerous because it's not sub-zero. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't need to be sub-zero. I was on a search and rescue team in northwestern Montana, and our rule of thumb if it dropped below 65 degrees at night and we had a lost party out in the woods, out in the mountains somewhere, it was considered high risk and and a very serious active search because they very easily could die of hypothermia if it drops to 60 degrees or less. So, people, when they say, I'm not going out and doing that bitter cold stuff, I'm not going out if it's 30 degrees or 35 degrees. I don't fault them at all. If they don't feel they're up to it and they don't have the experience to deal with it, the risk isn't worth it. It's not worth taking the risk. The, I broke so much ice out of the tunnel of that sled. I'm amazed we made it back. I have a whole new respect for frozen rivers after that. I can tell you, I lived here my whole life. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I put a big Polaris Mustang sled. It is one of the old ones with 24-inch track on it, a great big beast. I put that through a lake over in Minnesota, and luckily the backs of the skis caught the ice, so it was just hanging there with the nose sticking out of the water, and us using other sleds and a bunch of manpower trying to get it out. We were dipping it and getting it up in the air, and then it would fall back in and dip it back and forth. It just kept getting a bigger coat of ice on that poor sled. We drug it to shore, and I tarped it and left it sit until spring. Creative saying anything below or above 98.6 or 37 degrees can be dangerous hyperthermia. Yeah, in actuality, it can. It all depends on the prolonged exposure to those temps. Yeah. Ruben Dees is saying, I've been lost in the mountains in 30, made a fire till someone found me at 2 a.m. Luckily, I had a phone. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we found several lost characters out in northwestern Montana that they were darn lucky, and we had a couple that weren't. We had a couple that expired. We had one that he made it, but he was never actually mentally sound again. What are you doing, Anne?
She's having a fun time over there.
Yeah, she does that to me. She's got something going on the side. Hey, Misplaced Buckeye, good to see you. Hey, Pitbull, awesome. Yeah, it's a good thing you're able to get a fire going. That's what I told everybody in my wilderness camps was the very first thing they learn is how to be proficient at starting fires in all different types of conditions. You want to know that if you can't get a fire going, even a pro wouldn't have a good time trying to get one going. Fire is very important, very important. Double dipping streams. A good outdoors person explores many streams. That's that's why you should all visit each other and check each other's channels out. Get lost in the dark hiking in mountains you aren't familiar with. That's what happened to me. Oh yeah, you're better off setting up for the night. You get lost in the mountains, any kind of rocky, hilly, steep terrain. Yeah,
if you figure I can't get out before the sun is set, then set up a camp and spend the night. Don't move. In fact, in the morning, if you absolutely do not know where you are, gather up a lot more firewood, and hopefully you know how to make a smoky fire so that you can draw some attention to yourself. And just don't move if you don't know where the heck you are. If you have no idea of how you're going to ever get out of there, you're better off staying put and letting someone come to you. Hey, Nicholas.
Hello.
You're hiding.
Sorry,
again.
I took so long.
You're hiding.
I'm hiding. Well, I'm a mess right now.
You didn't get your lipstick on straight or what?
No, my eyeliner. I couldn't find it.
Oh, pretty bad when the turkey looks better than you. Put Tom up there. Hey, Tom, you're taking my place. We're going to lip sync. Hey, Arcade. Saying hi to you, Nicholas. There you go.
Hello. There's my
Nicholas is
face.
the keyhole. Well, there. Now, Nicholas is a good example of this winter. He's been...
Hey, Nicholas.
He's got this nice new hot tent.
My Valentine.
Yeah,
Oh.
your Valentine. I seen that. I watched the stream this morning.
I miss
But-
Valentine. I miss Valentine. Yeah. Love is in the air.
But Nicholas he set up a hot tent, and he's been, well, how many times have you set it up this winter?
Man, I've set it up like 5 times.
I was going to say 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
And
the snow. I'm just trying to find a good spot for it.
right. And
Right now we got like 1.5 feet of snow, and it's like super wet snow. So
Oh, you just got it?
yeah, like overnight. Well, like 2 nights.
Hey, Food Forest Permaculture. Hi, good to see ya.
I saw Buddy Weiser was in the comments. He's always
Buddy
on.
Weiser, yep,
He's always been on my channel. I don't know if I
the,
missed him or not.
yeah, he said Nick says hi. The Ontario, I carry those wax paper fire starter things. Sometimes you need that to get the wet kindling going. Oh yeah, have it. There's so many different types of fire starters that you can get or create yourself that you can take with for something that will last long enough to dry out the wet kindling. Because if you can get your kindling dried out enough to burn, then you're going to be able to dry some wood out to burn. That's the whole key. Yeah, same material as the fake fire logs. Yeah.
So have you told him about your hunting? JJ?
Oh, hey.
No.
You should say something about the hunting stories.
Yeah, if Gil shows up, by the way, yes, I'll let him.
Yeah, he will maybe do that. I was in there laughing. There
Oh,
he
there
is.
he is. Poke.
Gil.
Oh.
I'm gonna send you the link, Gil.
Oh, yeah. Feel free, absolutely free. But what's this about hunting that you're?
Let me set my
Probably.
green screen up.
I'll tell the short version of it so I don't hold up much time doing that. But there's a certain turkey that I've been going after a couple of years, and I'm sitting against a tree, and my son is about 30 yards ahead of me in a tree, sitting against a tree, and we hear this big tom goblin coming up, and it's the turkey we've been chasing, and he started getting real close to me. Now, I had a new shotgun where I did not sight it in. I did not pattern the shot at all because I didn't have time to. That's my excuse, and I'm going with it. But, this turkey came up about 20 yards away from me, and I just sat there. I shot, and it went right over his head. And if I would have just let him go, maybe another 10, 15 feet, my son would have gotten it. But the moral of that story is in the back of my head is because my son got 3 turkeys 3 years in a row, and I've gotten none. So I guess I really wanted to try to get that one and not let him get it.
Oh no. So there's a deep rooted he's not getting that one. I'm gonna shoot whether I get that bird or not, just as long as he doesn't. I'm good.
And I'm telling you, after I shot, he turned his head and looked at me like, "What did you just do?"
Not the turkey, Hunter, not the turkey.
Not the turkey. Yeah.
Do it the right way, JJ.
Yeah. That's the turkey that got away story right there.
Yeah.
Okay, you had to throw out a shotgun story. I got one for you. I had this old Sears Roebuck break open single shot 12 gauge, right? Well, they make a good slug gun, except that, of course, when I bought it, that was back in the dark ages, and they still came with a steel butt plate on them. There was no padding on that gun at all. Well, anybody that's fired a single shot shotgun knows you get about 30% more kick out of the damn thing. Yeah. There's no receiver to absorb any of that recoil. Well, I took it out and I figured, well, I better be able to hit something with it if I'm going to shoot a deer with it, right? So I take 2 boxes of deer slugs. There's 5 slugs to a box. So I got 10 rounds. I go out back of our farmhouse and set up a couple of paint cans on fence posts, and I'm going to shoot them paint cans at about 25 yards because that's about how far away the deer should be from me. And I shot all 10 of them rounds through there. Now, I shouldn't have done that because it was only 4 days before deer opener. I was so frickin' black and blue. Just to put a shirt on, I would almost scream that it hurt so much. I was so black and blue. And I woke up 2 days after I did that, and my wife looked at me and she started screaming. She's going, "Oh my God, lay back down. I'll call an ambulance." And this and that. I go, "What the heck are you talking about?" She goes, "Oh my God." I said, "There's nothing wrong with me." She goes, "Oh, there is." And I said, I got up and I went in the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and I started yelling, "Maybe you should call that ambulance," because the whole left side of my face went limp. And my lip is hanging down, and it looked just like I had a major stroke overnight. But I felt like $1,000,000, but I looked like hell. Here I go. And I realized if I closed my eyes, that left eye wasn't closing. Nothing on the left side of my face was working. And she ran me to the doctor, and the doctor started laughing. He goes, "You got Bell's palsy." I go, "What the hell is that?" And he said, "Well, what it is you have nerves that come through your cheekbones. And for some reason, those nerves had been inflamed and they're pinched off. So you got no nerves controlling the left side of your face right now." I said, "Well, how the hell long is that going to last? I go deer hunting day after tomorrow." He says, "Oh, I don't think it'll be gone by then." He said, "Actually," he says, "some people, it'll last for years." I said, "What the heck?" And so here comes, and then I told him what I had done, that I had fired 10 rounds through that old shotgun. And he said, "That's probably it. All of the recoil, the impact affected the nerves in your face." Well, so I get out there opener, and I'm up in this homemade deer stand, and I'm about, 14, maybe 16 feet off the ground on this little platform that I could just barely enough room I could kind of turn around on. And I'm standing on that thing, waiting for a deer to come on. I'm going to kill him with that 12 gauge. Sure enough, here comes this really nice buck comes out. And I took a beat on him with that shotgun. But instead, I had to turn to the left. I'm shooting over, almost over my left shoulder, and I can't see. I can't. One eye's all effed up. It's half shut, and finally, I squeezed off the shot. It spun me in a circle on top of that stinking deer stand, and next thing I know, I can't breathe because I hit the ground flat on my back, dropped about
Oh.
16 feet and landed right on my back. And it was freaky because the second I realized I hit the ground out of the corner of my right eye, I see the shotgun coming down and it hits the ground. Barrel first sticks itself right in the ground. And I'm laying there like, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Finally, I rolled out and got sat up, and I looked, and the deer's laying there. I'm like, oh, at least I got the deer. And then I realized there ain't no way in hell we had 80 acres, and I was way at the end of that 80 where I shot that deer to get back to the house. I 80 cross that 80 with that deer, not in the shape I was in. So I'm hobbling across that field with the biggest plug of mud you ever seen in the end of the barrel of my shotgun. Get to the house, I threw the shotgun in the porch off to the side, told my wife, told her, I said, call the neighbor. He's got to go get my deer. And yep, I found out the hard way that I never used that single shot again to shoot a deer. I would pheasant hunt with it, take it out and pheasant hunt, but after I bought a slip-on big thick padded boot for the stock.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one sitting up here. It's an H&R. An H&R single shot.
Uh-huh. So, you know, I had a double barrel 410 that I used to bird hunt with all the time. And I love that because a 410 ain't got much of a kick. You know, if it's a single or a double barrel 410, it's got about the kick of a 30-30, you know. So it's not a big deal. Hey, NWI Diver, it's great to see you, Nomadic.
I can't wait to get a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm getting one soon.
Henry finally
got back.
I got a raid going on here from Gil, so I just want to make sure I hit everybody that showed up. Looks like I got everybody. Bossy, hi. If I missed anybody, I really, really am sorry.
I'm down here all alone now.
Crazy Ann must have lost power now.
Yeah, Crazy Ann jumped for a little while. She said, don't be surprised if I come up at all, or if I don't come up, or I jump down, because the outdoors topic, you know, Ann's got some input and some not, but she knows we still have fun with her here. You and that damn bear back there.
I know. You can see I'm like half invisible right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
I totally agreed the other night when, who was that? It might have been Mike. But one of the guys said, that polar bear attacked me off of the movie Roadhouse. That's where a guy has a big stuffed polar bear fall on him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You remember that scene, John?
Yeah.
That big chubby guy and that big polar bear falls out.
Uh-huh.
I had a bear attack me. Yeah. Nicholas, get back. 2Q is right. Go with a 20 or 12 gauge. The ammo's cheap. 410, you're going to pay extra for those. Shotgun ammo manufacturers actually dislike the 410 because they have to retool their plants to do a run of 410, where 20 and 12 gauges, they don't have to actually retool their plant to make the ammo. So they retool to make 410 ammo, so they jack the price up on it. Yeah.
My Walmart over here is selling All their 12 gauge ammo is on sale now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, $5 a box.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. Time to scratch up $50.
Exactly.
I found out last night. I was thrilled. I used to carry a Mossberg, Model 500 with me all the time, but that was a riot gun. That 12 gauge was pistol grip. But I loved it for hiking during bear season, spring and fall, because it's compact. I can have a pack on and I can throw that Mossberg on my shoulder, don't even know it's there. But I had to sell it. And things happen, don't they?
Oh, my
But-
laptop froze up.
Oh, she's back.
She's back. The
I can go.
we see. Look at that! Happy birthday, Nicholas.
That was I think I was like 6. It was my gold panning birthday.
4, 6, 8, 10,
Hey,
11. There's
Fuzzy.
11 candles on that.
I don't know if it's for like how old I was. Fine.
Just it must have been a cold day. They put extra candles on. But no, like I was telling you, I had that Mossberg 500. I just loved it. Loved that 12 gauge. But it was a little weird, bird hunting with a pistol grip shotgun. I missed a few birds because of it. Well, my kid last night says, I told him, I said, yeah, I'm going to have to kick out some money and buy myself another Mossberg, I think. He says, I've got that Mossberg 500 kit. He says, I'll bring it over, drop it off. He says, you'll take good care of it for me. He says, I've never even shot the dang thing. He says, use it. He says, that Mossberg comes with 3 barrels. It's got you can break it down to the riot gun style or full long stock, or you can put a folding stock on it, and everything for you to have 3 or 4 shotgun configurations. It's got a perfect deer slug barrel in it for it, everything in one big wooden case. And he says, oh, heck, I'll bring it over to you. You can hang on to it, and you can use that whenever you want to go hunting. So that's a sweet deal. What? There's nobody in the basement. No, they are not there. I'm looking
Oh.
at.
Oh, okay. Oh, that
Yeah.
basement. Okay. Sorry.
Wrong basement.
Yeah.
They're not in this basement. There's nobody in this basement.
I never know.
Never know.
No.
I do watch my basement now. Because before I used to always miss it. Yeah,
Oh,
Benelli's a
somebody's
good one.
laughing his ass off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the raccoon. This is the one raccoon we had. The one I was talking about. She had like the nub as a hand.
Yeah.
That's the one there, Footloose. You called her.
Called her Footloose because she had a foot missing, front hand missing. Footloose. You're terrible.
See if I can find another picture. We fed her for like, man, I think it was. What's Ann laughing for?
What?
Oh, she's
I'm just
always
curious.
laughing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, somebody might be on the roof. Yeah. Somebody
Oh.
stomping around on the Sty Shack roof. Thanks, NWI Diver. That's great. Thank you for sharing out. Yeah, if anybody hasn't hit the thumbs up yet, please do. Please do. So, what are people's favorite winter outdoor activities? Come on, guys.
Mine bird feeding.
There you go. See, and that's it. There's there, somebody just fell in the basement window.
They fall through the
Good
chimney.
to see you, brother.
What's up, Johnny?
I gotta go.
And
Oh, you
John right away. Oh,
I'm
gotta go.
like in the basement.
the basement. Yeah, I know. I got that. I guess I should be a little more specific, huh?
Yeah,
Creative redundancy, everything. I like
I was like,
Basically.
As soon as you
Silent
started
Hill,
waving your hands, I was like,
574.
no.
sorry.
Nikki Pink, itching to scratch. Awesome. Glad to see you here.
What's up?
Oh, do we
Nikki?
get a raid now, or?
No, it's just folks showing up.
Yeah, but Nikki was in another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she was in Gills, wasn't she?
Okay.
Yeah, she was in Nikki was
Yeah,
in
we had a
Gil-
Guild Skills raid. Where were you?
but we had a guild skills raid, yeah, and we
Oh,
were
I was
talking about
losing
that,
everything.
and we wanted guild to pop up. But
Welcome
I
back,
don't see
man.
anybody saying raid. I just see all the new folks falling in.
Nikki came with Gil. Welcome back, Ann.
Yeah, but my laptop froze, so I had to.
Nikki Pink's favorite activity is staying inside until summer. I don't blame you. Yeah, Diver says until spring. Yeah, the
I'll pack it.
rock shotting the canals over here. Cool, that's neat. The
Yeah.
the
Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
well, you did say raid. Okay, Nikki, thank you for coming over with
Thank
them.
you for the raid, guys. Sorry, I fall
A lot of
all.
raids.
I thought I had caught all the raiders, but I mustn't miss Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki Pink.
The,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Gil
yeah,
wants to come
Dan
up. My
Marsh, good to see you. the
Gil is coming up in a bit.
Kildere's favorite winter activity is cuddling.
I was looking for something for JJ, but
such.
you did. Oh yeah,
Saw
now I know.
Red Wings jersey
Oh,
there, right? Yeah. 3 out of 2 thumbs up there. Yeah.
You know what, guys? When I
Nikki
was
likes your sign.
when I was in the chat not saying anything, we had 37 people in here and only 34 likes, and Sty's been for a while. Guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up, man.
Yeah,
Hit it.
please
Smash
do.
it. Smash
Please
that
do.
like button.
Thank you.
I know maybe nobody was telling you, but you know, we gotta smack you around a little.
I want to
Just
smack
don't hurt
Spyro.
anybody.
Hey.
Riding a pit bike in the mountains. Sounds like fun, Ruben. Two Q's is
Goofy.
hunting
What?
everything.
I'm not goofy. Am I?
There you go.
Fucking
Water
goofy.
the lake and make it grow. Yeah. Yeah, water that old thumbs up and make it grow.
Water the
The,
light and make it grow.
you know,
Trying to
one
get
thing
back.
I didn't even mention about the outdoors is the need to get your kids involved outdoors. Get your kids out there. I mean, whatever happened when I was growing up, man, my pop, he was as big around as he was tall, right? And it didn't matter. It didn't. My mom was real short and chubby too, and they looked like a little pair of Italians actually, the way they ate. That, but he was the local chief of police, and he would go around in the squad car announcing to everybody, "We're all going to be at the sledding hill Sunday at 2:00 in the afternoon, and we'll sled until that evening, and there'll be sloppy joes and hot chocolate for everybody." The whole dang town would show up. Everybody, every mom and dad would grab their kids, bundle them up, head to the sledding hill, and we go sliding.
And throughout the week, whenever parents had the chance, they'd take their kids over to that sliding hill and they'd hang out and we'd sled and have hot chocolate. And now that is into the outdoors. That's getting outdoors. That's doing something instead of sitting indoors saying it's too cold. It's too cold. But there's fun things to do out there. Yeah, he's showing
That was
off
my
his
baby.
chicken
That was
again.
my baby Red.
I feel like I'm on Killdeer's panel with someone with their cock out.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Now, you should put that into the outdoors.
Just don't start stroking it, okay?
Yeah, Ruben, sledding is a blast.
Oh,
Hey, that was a
crazy.
hen. That was a hen.
Killdeer's
Spicy.
laughing. I'm glad you, huh?
That was a hen.
That was a hen. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm ruining your fun.
There you go.
Out of
Yep.
here.
Yeah, you do.
Get out of here.
You know, chickens have the right to gender identity too.
That's right.
Rocky,
You know,
put your
they
cock-
actually do that.
That's a hen that what the where am I gonna say? Identifies as a rooster. There you go.
You what?
Do you think animals have that problem too? Identifying as what the sex they were born?
Well, some may have heard this story, but I'll tell it again. Okay, Nickel liked this one. There's this farmer, had a big hen house, and he had a big chicken yard. The problem he had was his rooster was getting old. I mean, that rooster, he was just getting old and lazy, and that farmer's thinking, I got to get me a new rooster in here because that old rooster's going to die any day. He says, I got to keep the hens happy. So he went and he got himself this nice young rooster, and he throws him in there. He figured that old rooster, that young one's going to beat him up, and he'll probably die, you know. Farmer goes back in the house after he throws that rooster in there. Well, then two roosters come face to face, and the old one says to the young one, that young one right away, I'm going to kick your butt. And that old one said, hey, you know, I'm old, I'm slow, you know, but I still like my hens. He said, I'll tell you what, we'll have a race, and whoever wins the race gets the hens. That young rooster's like, you betcha. So what's the deal? And the old rooster says, we're going to run around the chicken yard 3 times. And that young rooster said, there's no way you're going to win. And that old rooster said, I'll show you. I'll show you. And he says, but he said, come on, look at how old I am. You're going to give me a half a yard head start, right? The young rooster said, I could give you a full yard head start and I'd still beat you. And he says, a half yard's good enough. So they line up. One of the hens says, go. And off that old rooster runs, right? He gets halfway across the yard. The young rooster takes off. Doesn't take him 10 seconds. And he's right behind that old rooster. And he's laughing. And he's going, run, old man, run, 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 old man. All of a sudden, here comes that farmer flying out of the house with the shotgun. And he put the bead on that young rooster and boom, shoots the young rooster. And he goes, damn it, 3rd queer rooster this week. Yep. So don't mess with us old boys. Hey, Saucy Shane, it's awesome seeing you, bud. Gary Watson, awesome.
Hey, Sty, make me big for a second.
Oh,
That's that.
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
Whoa.
I'll close my eyes.
wow.
Yeah,
Mine
isn't
is
he
wide open
easy?
now.
That just says
Sty, you
easy.
better go in a private room.
So I got a letter today from my buddy Saucy Shane, and along with that,
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, a holographic card.
Yeah,
Upside
that's
down, but
nice.
there you
Okay.
go.
How do you get those?
Awesome.
thank you,
Oh,
Saucy Shane.
Saucy.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Love it.
and thank you for the note to go with it, bro. Appreciate it.
The note. I love the shape of the note.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was what was kind of weird, right?
did you copy your own?
It kind of implies something, but yeah,
Maybe it's supposed to be like a broken like an L for
yeah.
or a
That reminds me
seven.
reminds me of something
Seven
Ann
top.
had.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful. I'm gonna take
Okay,
it out.
Wrath
I can
Woven.
stomp on you, Ann.
Awesome, buddy.
from up
I'll be
here.
over to your channel, Wrath Woven, to catch up.
You will.
You're not
will
getting
you?
any chocolate
Awesome
now.
that you showed up tonight. Thank you very much.
No.
I'm gonna
No
send you
chocolate?
surströmmings now.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some something.
So saucy Shane.
Hey, Brian.
Shane, was there something behind the shape, or was that just you decided to cut it out, or was there
Well,
something?
you
Well,
can
that's his
look.
signature there.
There's something on the front. It doesn't look like there's anything on the behind of
Right.
it.
I'm thinking, was there an idea? You know, it's like,
So there's nothing behind.
Hey, Ann,
Yes,
do me a
there.
favor. Would you put your butt right up against that side of the screen over there?
The boot.
Yeah,
Get in the boot. Get in the boot.
There you go.
Boom. Yep.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, I guess Phil and Sty are getting big now.
Oh, I think it takes a little more.
All right.
Sty always just gets
calm down,
super
you guys.
embarrassed when I do that.
The
Well, it did have a second purpose, saucy Shane. So kick
It's
Ann right in
Saturday.
the ass.
It's Saturday.
that's how I cut it out. LOL.
Oh, it's
Thanks,
sorry.
Shane. Yeah, I won't be seeing my mailbox till Monday, but awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be showing it off for sure. That's
She's not bad.
showing off. Yeah, no. We're not going there.
I'll give you one.
All right, folks. I want to say real quick, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and allow this stream to go into variety mode. Okay, we've discussed winter outdoors for quite a bit, almost 2 hours,
Okay.
and I'm going to take it down the variety path. So if you're more interested in don't get too the
What about
variety. Keep the variety calm, and we'll continue because I have a lot of outdoor fans here that I'd like them to hang around for variety.
Okay.
I'm outdoor.
And we'll try to jump in with some outdoor issues, but they'll be random during the rest of this stream. I'm in no hurry tonight. It's Saturday night. I got nothing important tomorrow except my next stream, which is Sty Story Sunday. And the way my variety streams are kind of loud, I could just cut and paste that and say, there's the story. Last night's variety stream. That's a story in itself, you know. So, okay, guys. I'll open it up. I'll open it up to you.
JJ.
JJ.
Oh, damn, Johnny.
Get some turkey. Yeah, he's loaded for John right there.
Yeah, you might want to be more than 20 yards away from that one.
That's
it.
Tom when you go to
That
touch
would be
sunflower
John's
seeds.
luck for next season. He'd get out there and he'd go, "Oh, here comes a big old gobbler. Look at that! Oh shit! No, he's packing a couple of arms with him."
Yeah.
Thanks, Shane. I appreciate that.
I didn't bring enough of an arsenal to take that fella down.
I tried to find that picture on the laptop froze and I was kicked out. So yeah.
Oh, Sashi Shane was at a father-daughter dance in town too.
Hey, Carolyn.
I used to have. Hey, Carolyn, good to see you, sweetie.
Love you, girl.
Carolyn.
I used to have to do all of the father-daughter and the father-son stuff. I did that for, about 15 years for my grandchildren because they didn't have a dad in the home. And so Grandpa had to fill in as the dad, you know. And we had a blast. I mean, I had a blast. help my one grandson win the slot car. What the hell do they call them? Where they make their own little race car and they race them.
Pinewood Derby?
Huh?
Pinewood Derby?
Yeah. And helped him win that 3 years in a row without cheating. But I caught a few cheaters too. I had one guy, he just got all mad at me. He said, "Sticking your nose in my business." I said, "You lead fill your damn car?" I said, "Yeah, I'm getting in the middle of it." And he says, "You just don't want my kid to win." I said, "I just don't like the idea that you're cheating and you're teaching your kid that it's okay, Yeah.
He's going after Johnny.
Animals full of turkeys.
Look at that. Tom's wearing camouflage and he's packing.
Yeah, he's wearing camouflage.
Yeah, he's one
What did you
wild
show me?
turkey now.
That picture? Oh, is it that? Oh.
There you go, Ruben. That's awesome. Yeah, those Pinewood Derbies were fun.
Nicholas, you got a PO box?
Yeah.
And
You got to
Black
pee in the box.
Yeah, that too. Blake Hurst is asking.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
had one for like 6 months, I think. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know if I got that, Nick. I don't think I got you on my address list. You better messenger me that PO
Aye.
box.
I always have it under in my description on pretty much any video. It's hard to like find it though. A lot of people ask me because it's like hidden down under everything.
Down under.
Down under.
Yeah.
I don't want to mail it to Australia for crying out
Living
loud.
in the land down under. I don't know if you guys can catch on to that song, like the other song you guys always sing.
Hey, Carolyn.
Oh,
That's
strawberry.
great to hear that you're feeling a little better today. That's good.
I had no Valentine to give me any chocolate today, so yesterday. Or no, today. Yeah.
You're gonna give me something, wasn't it?
Wait.
Yeah.
Am I not thinking correctly? Was it Valentine's Day yesterday?
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. I totally
Okay.
missed it.
What? I don't know what I'm thinking.
I don't know what you think. What?
I totally
You
missed
just
it
asked me
yesterday.
yesterday to be my Valentine, or I'm gonna be yours, or something. And now you don't know. Man. Hopeless.
Man,
Hey, I didn't get any chocolate. So
I didn't get any chocolate.
ladies first. I need like a 10-pound bar of chocolate.
Yeah, maybe give you a Nemesis or a Moab, maybe.
What?
Nemesis?
Oh, that hot chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, you see that, Nicholas? Blake said he's going to send you an arrowhead from South Georgia.
Arrowhead.
Yeah. Because
I've been hunting for arrowheads. And I can't find them anywhere.
Well, he's going to send you one. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love arrowheads. There was one sent to me from a while ago. But it's like a prehistoric one. They found it in a cave. Like it was used a long, long time ago. But yeah, I'll definitely use an arrowhead. I can even turn it to a necklace like you were doing. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The
The nomadic search. Hey. My aunt candy flowers in a card. I didn't get anything in return. Bradley. Hey, Key. Hey, how are you?
hey,
How you doing? Eh? Wow, Sty sending messages. Wow.
I had to send a response to that message. That's awesome.
I can make it into a necklace for you, buddy, if you want.
That's cool. I
Sleeping?
had this awesome necklace that had two grizzly claws and the big incisor off of a mountain lion in the middle of the two of them that a buddy of mine gave me out in Montana.
Yeah, I'll definitely wear that, Blake, if you made one. Sorry, Sty.
Man. More like a kid.
So, yeah, Samantha, we're doing a
What have you seen in his pants?
we're doing a variety stage right
No,
now.
it's not me.
Oh,
So
he's
if you
a
want,
kid, I don't know.
Samantha, you can jump up.
He sounds like a kid.
We give you some bragging rights if you jump up, Samantha.
Pay
Hey,
dirt.
Dirt. That was disappointing. That I would have thought that it would have been closer to the retail price of it. I can understand the retail price being more than what they put in it, but not that much more.
The thing was, that was off Amazon, I think. And Amazon, pay dirt sellers in there, they like to really not give you a lot of gold. But this was sent to me from the company, Constellation Mining. And their pay dirts are like pretty much a lot of them that have their own website.
Yeah.
They're a lot better than like Amazon or eBay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to review it. They didn't put any extra in. They promised they didn't put any extra in or anything because it was going on video.
You know what you're eating, Ian?
No. I take some other thing. Hang on.
You're crazy, Phil. You're crazy. This time of night doing that crap.
Japanese candy. I'm taking Japanese candy. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, what do you think?
Okay, Mike.
Nice.
Okay, I'll be watching for you,
I don't
Sam.
have any snacks.
Carolina
I'm not saying that peppers are a snack, but
is Johnny getting crazy too?
Cool.
He's always been crazy.
I was going to protect my tongue first, but decided not
Okay,
to.
I'm gonna bring somebody up, and then when Samantha's ready to come up, I'm gonna need somebody willing to swap with her for a bit. Hey, Gil.
Hey, Will.
What's up, Bobby?
Howdy, y'all. How's life treating you?
So how far down in the bottle are you?
How far on the what and what?
In the bottle? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't finish it.
Ah.
I didn't finish it. I got through maybe about 2 inches, 3 inches of it.
Crystal was drunk.
Crystal is feeling mighty good. Hey, Sty, how you doing, brother?
Hey, welcome aboard.
It's always fun to be here.
Runk. Yeah.
I hear.
I had one of those nights. We ain't talking about it.
Yeah, no, that one was.
Oh yeah, you had. I was watching.
We ain't talking about it.
I was watching.
Yeah, I know. We ain't talking about it.
How is everybody tonight, though? Seriously.
Seriously?
Seriously?
And
Hey,
I think I
JCT.
gotta market my own stuff. I'm gonna market my own stuff. See,
You're feeling pretty good over there, huh, Gil?
Why not?
Very nice.
That's
I ought to be able to get a few dollars more for each one. Just put a sticker on it.
And put some chili in it so it will be spicy when you put it on.
Definitely worth a little bit more.
A bit more action then. Woo.
Sprinkle some Carolina Reaper in there.
Oh, good Lord.
oh yeah, hot time on the town tonight.
Maybe that's what I'll do with my leftover ones. I'll put a sticker on them and send them out to my Patreon people.
You
Oh,
do,
you gotta
thank
do
you.
you gotta do a sriracha chug out of it.
So I can get one? Wow, that's nice of you.
you really need to trick it up because this month because it's that month.
Yeah.
I talked to a gal. She worked at one of our local clinics, and I asked her, and she says, "Oh yeah, all the clinics they got bowls full of free condoms. You go in, and the bowls are sitting right in the waiting rooms. You just help yourself to fill your pockets." I
Yeah, you
said,
need that for your
I'll
Chicago
be right
trip.
back.
"What about Chicago?"
Yeah, you need condoms to your Chicago trip, I bet. Mm-hmm.
Not me. I'm an innocent old man. He don't do that. Don't do that. Damn, I'm trying to get this smile off my face, but it's not working.
I know. I'm gonna need a hysterectomy tonight myself.
Sty, it's good. It's good we can't see your cheeks, Sty. They'd be beat red.
He's innocent. He's innocent. Okay.
Show you my.
Hey, Phil, you ought to do a egg chug out of them.
What are you
Do what?
doing?
I've got
You ought to
some
put eggs in
Samantha-
one of them and chug it.
Out of a condom?
What would that be like? I can
I've
see you
got-
doing it.
I've got
It can be
Samantha
done.
in the basement. I got Samantha sitting down in the basement. Does somebody want?
Sty, you can drop me, Sty. I've been
Yeah,
up here for a while.
Oh,
Hey, Phil, get your ass back.
Spicy
Who
went
just
down. Don't
disappeared?
go anywhere, John. You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Spicy just went into the basement. He's not leaving.
I was
You
going
just-
to go to the basement too, but
But
No,
hi,
you-
Samantha.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
yeah, I'm so happy
I
for
want,
you.
I want everybody to quietly allow Samantha to tell my audience. She's got good news about one of her songs.
Oh, we kind of brought it up a little bit in Phil's chat last night, but I hashtagged my newest song clip on NBC's Songland casting site, and they put it in the top posts. And now every like I receive and view, it goes higher and higher up the list, and it's more viewable. So it's pretty cool. It's climbing. I'm excited.
Very excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I think it's absolutely wonderful. It's giving Samantha some great exposure, and like she said, it's getting more likes and views, and it's driving her up on that list even higher.
It's
So, so when people hit on that list, she'll be getting up there right by the top, where, more and more likely to be seen and hit. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for her. I'm
Are
very
you happy for Samantha?
Look at Sky.
Sky.
Are
Sky.
you happy for Samantha?
Sky.
She's so pretty.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, look
That's awesome, Samantha. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
I'm excited. It'll be fun.
Mommy.
Yeah. Ann, are you able
Ann.
to post the link for? Can you post the link for that video of her last song?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be wonderful. Love it. Because everybody get over there and listen to that song. And
It's an Instagram post, so they'd have to go to my Instagram.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
not the
it's
song.
Samantha Lee, AK, all one word.
Then you got to put it out yourself.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat.
There you go. There you go.
Put it in, put it out. Yeah.
Ah,
That was wrong.
Crazy
Here we
Ann, I
go.
love that background.
Yeah, that's me and Ann on our Valentine's date.
Sweet.
I tell you what, you corrupted this young man. I tell
Hey,
you,
you didn't bring me on the shark belt, Nicholas. I'm disappointed.
there you go. Thanks.
Hey, if
Sam,
I knew your
for
PO
that up
box,
there.
I'd send you a
Everybody-
box of chocolates, Ann. But
Everybody,
Oh,
make sure to go check that out on Instagram and
Hey,
like it.
Sky. Oh, there's Sky. Well, look at that.
Lays her head
Love-
on
loving
his chest.
tonight.
Just-
You being a good girl. Oh.
yeah, she said, yeah, I'll show you. I'll slip you a little tongue there.
Oh. All right, go lay down now. You had your jollies.
yeah. I had one of my sled dogs had the worst breath. I mean, that dog, and I laughed because people would go up to him because he was so friendly and they'd want to pet him until he turned and he'd breathe in their face. Then they're going, "Oh, nasty dog, nasty." And I had the vet would come to my kennels. She came every month, and his breath got so bad. She came to the kennel to check all my dogs. I said, check Cody out. I said, his breath is so damn bad. I said, he's got to have bad teeth or something. And she checked him out. She goes, no, he ain't got a single bad tooth. He just got bad breath. And I go, what's causing that? She says, he's probably a butt licker. And she walked away. I thought, what? That ain't good news. He's got his face and mine all the time. Yeah, he's probably a butt licker, she said. Just calm. No big deal. He's just a butt licker. Nothing like a good-looking dog with bad breath. I think girlfriends like that, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did Crystal fall asleep now? I can't see in our shop.
Is your drink called twerking? And
What?
Okay, creative redundancy.
No,
Back into the
working.
snow for me.
oh, I thought I said twerking.
Oh,
Like some
no,
Norwegian word.
I can't work either. So yeah, but you saw my ass. So yeah.
Is it miscellaneous or
Hey,
miscellaneous?
scratching Mo on the go.
What the hell?
See ya.
You gotta
What
say it. Miscellaneous.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
It's
No, I won't.
miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
Nope,
Oh,
nope, nope.
it's so funny to watch her try to pronounce
Is
miscellaneous.
he there
Magnet.
now? Oh, he
I
isn't
don't-
there now.
He's not there, but oh my God. I tell you what,
Fuck it.
whenever miscellaneous shows up and I see it, I just wait for Ann to try to say hi to him. It's just hilarious.
I have no problem with that fucking word. Miscellaneous.
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 Miscellaneous. Or
There you
whatever.
go.
Got it.
Well
You
done.
got it.
Kimberly put hello miscellaneous because we're talking about miscellaneous.
Yeah.
Oh, don't talk about that hard word there.
Don't talk about that hard word.
Miscallion.
Miscallion. No, now you're saying another word. No. Fuck it.
Miscellaneous.
No, it doesn't stop fuck it.
That's how it's pronounced. Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
Anus.
Miscellaneous.
Now we're talking about somebody's anus.
Miscellaneous. See,
And it's
now we're
it's miscellaneous.
let the imagination go wild with that one.
Yeah. You know, they say the best way to remember words is through association. So say with names, you know,
You'll never
So-
forget that one.
a miscellaneous.
I tried to read the word or a name, Bradley.
Just picture a rocket going up somebody's butt. Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous. Something is missing up in the anus. I don't know.
That's
Nikki. Miscellaneous.
Chat agrees.
Something is missing there. I don't know.
Now, poor miscellaneous magnet isn't in here. They'll come in, they'll see that, and they're going to go, why am I friends with these folks? Cheesehead says, just say cheese. It's much easier. Yeah, tastes better too.
Miscellaneous.
Okay.
Not missile.
Miscellaneous.
No, it's not miscellaneous.
It's Missa. You missed it.
Oh, fuck it.
Lanius.
It's Phil
Miss
Miscellaneous. Rocket.
There's
Rocket.
spicy. Yeah. Phil's saying it right. He's got the emojis. See, through association, you know, there you
Emojis
go.
are perfect.
Yeah, just remember those two emojis and miscellaneous. Got it.
I'm glad I'm up here.
I mean, if we were doing Pictionary and I saw those two emojis, I think I'd come up with miscellaneous. Yeah.
Just say butt darts. Oh, okay.
Butt darts. That's
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. That's good.
So how are you, Gil?
I'm doing fantastic.
You're just gonna have to say the abbreviation.
Oh, fuck it. Oh. I got hot now.
There's no reason to say butt darts. You already did, she said.
Butt dart.
Butt darts.
Pistachios.
Pistachios. Oh, this is like listening to Joey. Everything sounds
See how we can
dirty.
twist that word.
What is that? Spicy.
That's
It's the
funny.
poor character on his knees. Yeah.
Nikki Pink's teenagers like what? is-
Nikki says, my teenager walks out and says, "Who are you listening to?" Epic. His face said it all.
Yeah, I don't got a missile up in my ass. Nothing is going up in my ass. Just nothing.
Whoa. Yes. No. Yes.
But
No.
that door is closed for everybody.
This is my pheasant buddy on my head.
There's no
my new
my
hat
in
piece.
that word. Miss my anus. That's that. It's the no miss my anus.
Now we're starting to get
Missile.
that's a stretch.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Boy, that isn't a stretch.
That was funny, and I didn't even mean it to be funny.
Wow.
Too cute,
Oh, my God.
ready to strip down.
Boy,
Good
I'm
stuff.
about to take all my clothes off this too good. Okay. Yeah, I can see it too bad. I've been wondering if you've been practicing the banjo, Nick. Oh no,
Da
Blake.
da 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 da.
Astrid?
Da 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 da.
I haven't been practicing at all. I started a little bit more, but that's it.
My son said, "Miss." Oh Lord. Oh yeah. Oh,
Please, this is a disclaimer, folks. I've got limited control of my panel. I'm sorry. It's
Wrong hole,
but
wrong
then I'm
hole.
old. I have limited control of my bowels too. So what's new?
no, not wrong.
So limited control. You're coming into an old man's stream. What the heck? What do you expect?
Mountain
Yeah,
man's here.
Yep. Oh, did I pee myself again? Oh, well,
It's not nice.
what's
It's
new?
not
I
nice.
lost control of my panel too.
Yeah, you lost. You
boys,
lost.
I didn't do anything to R5 Adventures. We had an awesome live stream. I asked her to have a drink, and she had several.
She took all some. I
Yeah,
feel happy.
we're getting
He says
Carolyn
I
to
feel
laugh. That's good.
And she
Yeah,
is
good to put
happy.
a smile on Carolyn's face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carolyn's
that's
always
the way I started out that night that I don't talk about is I'm just going to have one with these folks.
this one.
Yeah, ended up being 1/3 of that Magnum bottle,
Asked her to have a drink with me.
Yeah,
You didn't say how big the drink was.
yeah. Or how many sips it takes to finish that drink. That's the problem.
Well, that is not safe.
I think there's some trouble with typing there.
That's funny that Crystal's saying, I feel happy.
I did. When she ran out of the first drink, I said, "Sure, have another drink."
Mhm.
We were at that point. She was keeping pace with me, and then she
Yeah, you drink fast, you know. You
Yeah.
always.
Yeah, McCoy, that's generally, I've got alcohol. If I want to drink, I can drink, but I just don't drink. I just don't. And then, one little thing triggers me, and I have that one sip, and it's party time.
Oh yeah, it was part.
And the best thing it's the best and the worst thing. I look at it as, well, if I drink it all, then I won't be drinking anymore for a while. So I try to drink it all.
It's an interesting way to look
Then
at
I
it.
won't be drinking until I get more. But that usually, that when you say I'll drink it all, so I don't, and so I won't have any to drink later. You don't do that when the bottle's this big.
Right. Or
You don't
full.
take a Magnum bottle and say, "Well, I gotta drink it all."
You're so drunk.
Mountain man.
Mountain man.
Go
One
ahead.
can't have a drink with my. Oh,
Yeah, right. They can't
I
drink.
got a lot
But can I offer you one?
I got a lot of mountain. A lot of
That's
Typing is hard. Maybe something
Blake
else is hard.
Hurst.
Eh?
I just read a comment that says a woman can't have a drink with me. My moonshine makes her clothes fall off. And then I see a comment that's from Blake that says, I did that last weekend with trail trash. Oh man, Blake.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to let everybody know that. Drink can. Hopefully you can join
Where are
me.
you walking,
The
Crystal?
next one. Let us know when, Carolyn. I'll tip the jug for that. Yeah, I know it's a half a gallon. Yeah. I used to. It's
Not related.
that's a terrible.
I'm not sure about like.
But believe it or not, folks, I used to drink a Magnum bottle like that one every other day. Yeah. Didn't think twice to drink. If it was a good day, I drank the whole thing in a day. But yeah, I used to drink a jug like that every other day. I'd have to get a fresh one. And I drank vodka that way too. Yeah. When I didn't have clients out at camp, everybody saw me with my big mason jar jug with a handle on it. It was a big bugger too. And it had a lid on it and a straw, and it said Sty tea on it on the outside. Everybody knew, don't pick that up and take a sip. Because, well, yeah, there's about that much tea in the bottom of that bugger. All the rest of it was vodka. And I'd go through a quart a day. Yeah. Yeah. Then I got old. And I decided.
Nice save.
Not related, Sty. Flake said not related.
Not related. Yeah.
Saying
Well, it's
you're
a good
drunk.
thing you're not related, The family's not a good thing either. If you're drinking and getting your clothes off, being not related is a good thing. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with letting loose, every once in a while, if you're amongst friends and you're having a good time.
Yeah.
I've always, because I can't drink yet or anything, but I always
I totally understand.
But the favorite I've dipped was Bailey's Irish.
Oh, the Irish cream?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be a beer guy or not. But my gosh, that's so good.
Oh,
Where is Sty? Oh, that one.
I don't run out of creamer often. You'll notice how big this bottle jug is.
But yeah,
Nice.
Irish cream.
That-
It's so good.
in the coffee. Oh,
In the coffee.
there's nothing like starting out. The best way to start your day is with a little Irish cream in your Folgers.
Best part of waking up is Bailey.
There's Irish cream in my cup.
And why you keep looking at my butt?
No, it's not there looking.
Yeah, you're right. Cheesehead, hangovers. That's what I gave up. I didn't give up the drinking. I gave up the hangovers. That's right. Yeah.
I'm just checking you for like testicle month was in the last month, you know. Twice
That's it,
twice
I'm calling the
you have to do it.
Yeah, nomadic snatch. That's good. Yeah.
But
Bradley's gonna take off. Long day today.
Hey, Bradley, have a good night.
You have a good night, Bradley.
I love you. I love acronyms. Yeah, you okay?
There you go, Mountain Man.
What?
Yeah, busy time, Mountain Man.
Okay.
What? Oh, okay. KCP, convenient size. Yeah, see, my oldest boy, he knows that I like Irish cream for my coffee, you know, and at least a couple times a day I'll have Irish cream in my coffee. I found that I like it in my shaga. It's good in shaga tea. But for the holidays, he says, "Oh, I brought you a little Irish cream," and he pulls that jug out, and yeah, it's still half full. I mean, it's not like I drink a ton of it, but it is tasty as creamer. The one thing though is if you use Irish cream for a creamer in your coffee, drink your coffee within 15-20 minutes of pouring it in the Irish cream in it. Because if it sits for more than 20 minutes, the Irish cream starts to separate. And it's like drinking coffee and Irish cream flavored cottage cheese. Yeah, you don't.
Had coffee.
Yeah, you don't want
It's
that.
funny. I've had that before. I've even never had coffee.
Yeah.
The light and she music. Before it was Crystal, now it's me.
That was mine and Crystal's live stream, not this live stream.
I agreed about Bob twerking. Yeah. But she mistakes. I don't know what fucking she
do. I would have twerked and Ann would have done the shimmy shake. Not Ann, Crystal would have done it, but he's saying he changed it.
Hey, Coffee. Hey, it's good to see you.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I gotta grab something to eat, but I wanted to come up and say hello for a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you're having hot peppers, we eat before we do them. If you're having a few sips, you eat after you do them. Yeah. Or eat. Yeah, food's always involved, one end or the other.
That's right.
Betcha. Hey, it was a blast having you up, though. Bob,
See you later. Blast hanging out with you guys, every single one of you.
See you, Gil.
Have a great one.
You too, buddy.
Oh, have you Sty, have you ever seen
Hey Phil.
I can't remember the Popcorn Sutton.
What?
The Moonshiner.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever seen, I think it's called, it's on YouTube. I think it's the last damn run of liquor I'll ever make. I don't know if you ever seen that, but it's Popcorn Sutton, and it's this whole video on him going back to his still and doing it. And it's not like the Moonshiner show; it's like an actual documentary.
Now, my youngest boy, Running Water, I had a friend out in Montana that he was from
He was from South Carolina, and he was a distiller, and he had an awesome still out there in Montana, beautiful still. And he was telling me, he'd say, "Hey, can I take the boy with me? I'm going out in the backcountry, looking around, hunting areas and the like. We might do a little trout fishing or something." And I thought, it's good for my kid. He'd get out there and get in the outdoors. This old boy's willing to take him. And I knew his name was Homer T. Davis. And I thought, old Homer, he'll take good care of my son. So yeah, every time Homer'd say, "Hey, can your boy come with me on the woods?" Yeah, go ahead. After about 3-4 months of that crap, I wasn't doing nothing one day, so I thought I'd follow him. So I stayed back where they didn't realize it was me following them. I followed them up in the back country. Then all of a sudden I see where they pulled in and parked off the road into the woods. So I parked about a quarter of a mile down the road from them, and I hiked up there, and I could see this kind of beaten trail going off in the woods. I get back there, and sure shit, there's a shack, and there's a still. And he's got my boy helping him run the still. He got my 9-year-old kid out there making whiskey in the woods. And sure enough, guess what? I got a free gallon about every month. Or my kid ain't going with you no more. That is Carolyn. Yeah, I know, just because.
Aw.
She doesn't listen to me. That girl does not listen to me. I tell her, no, you don't have to do that. That's everybody. I mean, Carolyn Kennard is the strongest, sweetest person I've met in my life. I mean, she's an inspiration to
She's
everyone.
a fighter.
She is a fighter. I mean,
10 years, she's still fighting. Awesome.
I tell you what. I wish I would have known her many years ago. I mean, she's. We don't have enough people in the world like Carol. She's a tough fighting girl. She's not going to let the world have its way. And she's going to be happy come hell or high water. There's times that she has felt so under the weather and so ill. And she shows up in my streams and she says, "It's been a rough day." And all I see her do, after she says it's been a rough day, all I see her do is lifting everybody else up. She's in there praising everybody and telling them how much she cares for them and loves them. And I'll tell you what, she doesn't... We all love her to death. It's not necessary for her to show it all back all the time so much. She's the fighter. She's the inspiration for all of us. And yeah, I adore her. And she does not have to be doing this. That's the See, that made everybody quiet because they're all thinking, yeah, it's true. It's true. And Phil's got, what the hell's he got on his face now? What the hell? Your ass is showing.
Is it?
Yeah. What the hell? Where did you get a sticker mule sticker? Did they send that to you?
Yeah, they send you a sticker mule sticker with every order.
Oh, I gotta get my order in.
Oh, that's good to hear, Alexander. I'm happy that went well. Cool.
Kind of throws off your eyesight a little, having that on your nose. Your eyes don't know where to focus.
That's good. That's good, Alexander. That's awesome.
Welcome
No,
back.
John's
the
showing
vampire
off.
one.
Yeah, there's a round one. I got to get my sticker mule order in.
You're good at that.
I know, right? It's a creek in bed or a donkey, whatever you want it to be.
I like my ass on my face.
Nikki.
That's right.
Funny.
That
Just couldn't resist, huh?
That's
Yeah,
sneaky.
Leanne saying, yes, you need to order so we can get a discount.
Is that where it would? That's about where it would be, right? Isn't that about where it would be, Nikki?
Right.
What in the world?
Never mind.
Never mind. Never mind.
I know.
Just being dirty.
Okay, Alexander.
Always.
Oh, the coffee's good. It's always good. That coffee my kid bought me. This Death Wish coffee.
I'm gonna have to join back in a minute here. I might join back, show you outside once I hop back on.
We'll
Okay.
We'll see ya.
Yep.
You're buffering.
Buffering.
You're buffering.
You old buffer.
You're buffer. It's buffering.
Licked or
Licked or
like. I had a ulterior motive, something to do with a camel mankini. LOL. Just kidding. Oh yeah, I hope you're kidding. It ain't happening. It ain't
Hey,
happening.
don't it. There you go. There
Hey,
is.
get her done, Granny.
There's Phil. There's Phil. Yeah.
Oh my
How
God.
you doing? How you
Oh
doing?
my God.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's just the suspender one, because if it was the full one, he's going right in the basement.
Hey, Granny.
The mouse is hovering right over it.
Humphrey. Humphrey is there too.
Hunt
Hey,
for
what's
heat.
up, Cindy?
Yo,
And Granny.
that's yeah. That proves, and I requiesce to it. Phil's a braver man than this old boy. You can never catch him in that shit.
When are you putting their clothes on that day?
I tell you what. As an individual, and you're
Okay.
of the female persuasion, and you show up and take me out for dinner and wine, and then privately you can see me in a camel one.
Put your clothes on. Hey, you only get 8 days left now, JJ. Don't disappoint me.
Oh, I know.
You better do it.
It's on my calendar. And
Yeah, and you're gonna dress up. Yeah. Promise is a promise.
I know.
And you broke it twice now.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be a fancy dinner, Carolyn. It can be a quick stop at the McDonald's too,
All
and
three of us are
back up at the liquor store.
That's nice. Hey, Phil.
Mike and Cindy are here watching on the TV, just waiting for a battery to charge. There you go. Yeah, when I was over at Phil's stream, Mankini night, I got a 65-inch TV, and he's going boom with that full. And I tell you what, I haven't had headaches in years. All night I had a freaking headache. The next morning my head was pounding. I thought I had a migraine.
Phil gave him a migraine with his mankini.
Yeah. His mankini gave me a migraine, which I haven't had in ages. Last time I had a migraine was 25 years ago, for Christ's sake. And I knew what it was the minute it came on. And I thought the only thing I did different was see Phil in a mankini. That's the only thing I did different in that 24 hours.
Well,
So
I got a lot of
migraine.
I don't take any responsibility for that.
I know you would. Oh, my hands are clean, he says. Well, yeah, you better wash them after putting that bikini thing on.
Now, what do you call it? Eeny, meeny. How do you sing that song? Eeny, meeny, I don't know. Yeah.
Itsy bitsy, teeny weeny,
Yeah.
green fluorescent mankini.
What was the other song you were singing
Damn
over
it,
like?
Phil, that shit so burnt my mind. I just oh.
What was the other song you were singing, Sty?
What?
For like a
Itsy
while
bitsy,
ago.
teeny weeny.
No. Was it something with balls? I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember right now.
Yeah, you, me, and somebody else.
Hey, Hunt for Heat saying, "Hi Phil. Yep, we have been shopping after Chili Bean got to feed and pet a cow this afternoon." Oh wow, cool. Hope you had a good time. I just love that father, mother, and daughter team. I tell you, that's great. I love it, love it, love it. The it's you'll find out when you get my age and all the kids are out of the nest. Grandkids are a blast; they're fun, but there's days I miss raising the kids. You know, when the kids were younger, days I really miss that. So enjoy it while you got it. Enjoy your children's time while you got them as kids. Yeah, Phil's superpower. I'll give you a migraine. Just watch me. That's it. I watched them. It gave me a migraine.
It did the opposite for me, you know.
See, I got migraines watching him, and she got rid of hers watching him.
Oh yeah, I'm all good.
She's slightly cow obsessed. That's cool. That's cool.
How you doing? Eh?
I don't know if I could bring myself to watch it.
Oh,
He's scared.
I'm scared.
I don't blame you, John. I don't blame you. It is scary.
Yeah. What are you looking for there, Spicy?
I'm not looking for nothing.
Yes, you are.
I'm not looking for nothing.
I know you so well that I see that you're looking for something and you have that smug on your face. Yeah. There's the time. Yeah.
Body language. She's reading your body language, like when you popped up in that mankini, swearing. Oh my God, all the profanity that came out of that body language. You're just cussing at me.
I can read him, yes. And so can he. So I have, yeah. Yep.
Oh, if she could talk you into a fluffy mini cow, she would.
Fluffy mini cow. I ride a cow once. That didn't work out.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother was, he was an ass. So he told me because the cow was laying on the ground and he said, climb on the cow, that will be fun. Of course I did. I jumped on the cow. And the cow was kicking and jumping and I was flying through the air like, yeah, fuck it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he did everything he can do, like being mean to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was nasty, but he's dead, so I shouldn't say anything nasty about it. But he was my stepbrother, but he was nasty. Yeah.
I rode bulls for 2 years in high school rodeo, and
that looks so fun.
And I'm glad I did make a career out of that.
I think if I will live down there, I will ride a bull or something. I will have a farm.
Well, that's the thing is you go to the right bars down here, and they got the mechanical bull, and we'd put you on one.
I tried that.
Did you?
Oh yeah, we got one like in Oslo is like a big park there, and there is a bull. But I didn't last long. But that's like 25 years ago. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I've been on a couple of them after I drank quite a few. And they weren't nice to the guys at that.
That was at the Grizzly Rose in Denver, Colorado, and they aren't nice to the guys out there. The gals
Mhm.
they get them on there and they start them out nice and slow, and they slowly work it up till it's fast enough that it throws them. The guys, they throw you on there, and oh no, it's like you're coming right out of the gate. They nail you right away. Yeah, but it's fun. With the mechanical bulls, it's fun because they don't turn around, stomp on you, or try to gore you. Yeah, that's the part I didn't like.
It was spicy, no homo. What?
No homo.
What do you mean? What do you mean about that? Shocking, just shocking. Hey, that was the
Shocking.
shocking. I love it.
Shocking. Shocking. It was bloody shocking. I thought maybe Phil would, I don't know, get a job at for men's night down at the local pub, or women's night, girls' night
Mhm.
out down at the local pub, pole dancing or something with that mankini. Sam, look at Sam. She's just, I didn't need to envision that. I didn't. Look at how he's looking at you, Sam.
I can't ever forget that though. It's just there now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I call
I
you
can
my
just
friend.
see stuffing dollar bills in that tiny little thing.
Well, I will put some there.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You
Well, that,
looking at you.
that's crazy. You're talking about dollar bills and that little thing, and I was sitting there that night thinking, I'd love to be there with a roll of quarters. Give them $10. Boom. Is there room for that, Bill? All of a sudden, that mankini's on the floor.
Yeah, he's doing Chip and Dale. Yeah.
Oh, this kid was in the basement. I wasn't paying attention.
You guys guess where I am?
It's dark, so I don't know.
Outside?
You gotta guess.
He's in the chicken coop with
You
the
are with Tom.
ducks and the turkey.
With
I'm
Tom.
outside somewhere.
With Tom.
I am
Turkey.
in our porta potty.
Oh,
That's nice.
wow.
He's in the porta potty. He's got
Are
a
you doing a porta potty right now?
Place.
It's been our toilet for 2 years now, and it's freezing out here. You want look at the snow?
You don't have indoor plumbing?
No, or water.
What?
Nope.
They haul their water.
Oh, God.
There's the snow. Here's outside.
I would have trouble with going on that toilet.
Heck, my outhouse out at camp was a lot nicer than a satellite toilet. The clients got satellite toilets. I had an awesome outhouse. I had my outhouse. I had a remote starter for my generator inside my shack. I just hit a button on the wall and it would fire up my generator. I'd start my generator up, and then I had just a pull lever on the wall, pull that lever down, and I'd wait 15 minutes, run out, and it's 175 feet to the crapper, to the outhouse. Get to the outhouse, and it's toasty warm with that electric heater running on the wall. Yeah, people liked using Sty's outhouse because it was very, very nice for just an
Icy.
outdoor crapper.
It's so icy out. But there it is over there.
You don't
You can't even see it.
you don't want ice on the way to the outhouse. That ain't good.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty icy there. But it sucks coming out like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
'Cause-
I like McCoy says, "Oh my frosty Nicholas buns."
Oh, it sucks. Because this is the second winter we've had it. Like, to have that out there. And the last one, it took a lot to get used to because just yesterday I was in there and it was snowing on me. There was snow coming through the sides. It's cold out now. Holy cow! It's like only like 5 degrees out now.
Hey.
Here's some snow.
One thing I did find out that actually those satellite toilets, if they're for private use, not public, that's yours, just yours. If you don't have indoor plumbing, they're not that bad, and they're not that expensive to have one on your place.
I should probably be wearing socks, but I just have my feet in these Crocs.
Hey,
I don't know why it's so cold out.
McCoy says, my mom said she hated the outhouse when she was a kid. It was cold and the catalog was rough. Out on my grandma and grandpa's farm, the outhouse there, they had an in-house and outhouse. So when you're out working out in the farm, you use the outhouse. You can't go running in the house because you got your barn clothes on and stuff. So you use the outhouse. I found out just even as a little kid.
You can't even see.
The glossy pages and the phone books were for the girls. The picture pages in the Sears catalog were for the boys. That was just not right. That was not right. Because every once in a while, us boys just sneak a couple pages out of the phone book and you go, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, when you got to use them glossy pages, it's a bitch. Yeah, they're not very absorbent, them glossy pages.
Saucy going.
Oh, Saucy's gonna head out. Hey, thanks, Saucy, for being here. It's always great when you're in the house with us.
Love you.
You have a very good night. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. We're still holding 28 folks in the house. That's pretty surprising. Yeah. Folks like to hang out, though.
I'm in the house now, guys. I can't show Mom. She doesn't want to be on film, but here's the cats. My rocking chair. Here's the wood stove.
A rocking chair next to the wood stove.
Hey, look at this.
Cat.
Look at my chickens. It's cold out.
Oh my God. Spoiled ass chickens. Goddamn. I don't know.
That's our bar in the house.
Hey, Beef Fowler.
Hey, Beef Fowler.
Hey, Beef Fowler.
Hey, Beef Fowler. Are you hallucinating, Phil? Who hallucinating? Not me.
Can you pronounce that, Anna?
No, what?
The Hunt for Heat. Says, Phil, are you
hallucinating?
Oh, you can do that word, huh?
Oh, she can do that one.
I'm going to come back on the panel once I get back in my room.
Phil,
It's not everything I have trouble with, but
hallucinating.
Hallucinating. I could do that. I could do that. Get some rest, love you. Oh, still 3 hours maybe till I get some rest from Yep.
Oh boy. Hey, Mary. Good to see you.
Mary.
Yeah. Nicholas must have tripped over a turkey or a chicken. Yeah, heck. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, here in about 5 minutes, we're going to wrap it up for tonight.
Okay.
Being I got Sty Story Sunday tomorrow night.
Tell us a bedtime story, Uncle Sty.
tell us a bedtime story. You know, they probably hit me with COPPA rules or something, you know. Remember back in the old days when there's family of 6 and it's only a 2-bedroom house? And there was that one really big bed in a 1-bedroom? And you had to fight with your sisters over which part of the bed you got to use that night. That's where Sty learned to sleep on the hard ground. And sleeping with my sister.
No.
You know, that's the thing is bedtime stories. Being that you brought that up before I shut down, I'll tell you what. It took me a long time after, you know, most of our kids were teenagers before I realized every single bedtime story for kids out there was made to scare the hell out of them kids so they wouldn't go outside after dark. I mean, you talk about Hansel and Gretel. What a vicious story. You know, they get chased off by their stepmother, and they're leaving a trail of crumbs through the woods that the birds are all eating, and they end up at some old witch's candy house, and she's going to fatten them up and cook them. And I mean, we told our kids all these nasty, nasty bedtime stories. And then we wonder why in the middle of the night, oh, that damn kid's waking me up again, screaming, having dreams. We're the ones that created these bad dreams. I mean, we're telling them these terrible stories. And these kids are screaming and having these bad dreams, waking us up. And we're blaming the kid. Dang kid keeps waking me up. I told him a nice story about a big giant that Jack just about got killed by, and he kills the giant at the end. And, oh, yeah, wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff we said to our kids. But if my grandkids ask for a bedtime story, yeah, I'll tell. Grimm's tales are just awesome. Sleep on that, kitty. Yeah, Little Red Riding Hood. You know what happened to Grandma, for crying out loud. My mother, she got about halfway through that story. When I found out that it was the wolf dressed up as Grandma, I told her, "What'd he do to Grandma?" And my mother, I could tell right away, yeah, he ate her ass.
Yep.
Because my mom could not fast enough come up with something like, oh, he's got her tied up in the basement or something. You know, she just couldn't come up with that fast enough. And she's like, well, he ate her. Ma, I know what he killed her and ate her. That damn wolf ate her. Now he's going to eat Little Red Riding Hood. You know, yeah. Great story. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure looking good. What?
Did you see This Is Real Life's comment up there?
This is real life. What?
Would you have me on your live stream one day? Well, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Being we're wrapping this one up here shortly. Tonight isn't going to work, but yeah, remind me that you'd like to come up and visit. You betcha, I'll bring you up. You've been here.
Well, he do live tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I'm live tomorrow. So if you're there, remind me.
Same time.
Same place, except it will be in the Sty Shack instead of outdoors. Yeah, upside down smiles, Nicholas. I want to see him. I want to see him standing on his head. That'd be pretty epic.
Maybe. Sounds
Yeah,
like
get it done, Granny. Yeah, that's all you need when it's a true local horror story. Yeah, tell your kids that. That's yeah. My mom set me up with a horror movie once, and I screamed. We lived in an apartment at the time. Hello. I can remember all of us kids were sitting on the couch, except my oldest brother. He was off doing something, and he was supposed to be watching us, younger kids, and he put a movie in for us. Oh no, come to think, no, I was young enough. We didn't. There was no VHS. It had to have been on TV, and he knew that movie inside out. We didn't, and it had something to do with Bigfoot or something. There's a spot where he busts through a window in the house, and my brother, oh yeah, he paid for it, but it turned out pretty funny. He's outside in the yard looking through the living room window at us, our three heads on the couch, watching that scary movie. And just as Bigfoot busted through the window on the movie, he was just going to pound on the glass. And when he pounded on it, it shattered. I shit you not. It was everybody for themselves. I knocked my sister on the floor and ran right over the top of her. Yeah, you're dead meat. I mean, I was the smartest one, man. I was all the way to the front door of the house and ready to run for miles when my oldest sister finally, oh, Danny, you asshole, and I realized it was my brother. But yeah, that was pretty funny at the time. We're just after we calmed down, we were laughing about it, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, explain the window, and here comes my mom and dad pulling in the driveway. I'm going to bed. I'm the youngest. I'm going to bed. My mom comes storming in my room, and I'm laying there, and she's like, "Oh, okay, the little guy wasn't involved." Yeah. Oh yeah. So guys, let's wrap her up for the night. All you wonderful folks out there in the chat, thank you for being here. It's always great to see you guys. And hey, we'll see you tomorrow night for all of those that are available. And I want to thank all my panelists. Thanks for being here, hunting and stuff with J&J. Don, it's awesome. You're welcome here anytime. Crazy Ann, of course, one of my anchors. And Phil's always good for a smile. Yeah.
Welcome.
He's got a key to the basement. I do invite him up if he shows up in the basement. Yeah, because we always have a good time. And Samantha, Faith and Nepal, and yeah, my other anchor. Those are my two anchors way over on the end there.
Yeah, nice and naughty. Angel and devil.
How about naughty and naughty?
Yeah, there you go.
That's you,
Yeah.
Phil.
The new candy bar, the naughty bar.
Naughty. Eh? You're naughty. You're not.
That's so. With that, folks, like I said, tomorrow's Sunday. I'll see you all, hopefully tomorrow. At
He's not
Nice
naughty.
Sunday. Yep. Love you all. Anybody on the panel wants to stick around for a few minutes?
Yep.
Just hang in there, and we'll see the rest of you tomorrow.
Bye.